Welcome to the locker room.
Vince Papali, welcome to the locker room.
I can smell it already, Billy.
Von Hayes, welcome to the locker room with Billy Schwein.
Yeah, hey, Billy, how you doing out there?
Rich Gannon, welcome to the locker room, Rich.
Thanks, guys. It's great to be with you.
Great Bob McElwee, NFL referee.
Hey, Bill, how you doing?
Craig Berube. Craig, welcome to the locker room.
All right, thanks, Billy.
We have the real Pat Croce in the locker room.
Off the bench, Coach.
And now here's your host, Billy Fly.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome into the locker room with Billy Schwein, producer Nick Earnshaw, and our very special guest in the studio, my agent at the beach, Mark Grimes. Good morning, Grimesy.
Good morning, good morning. Thanks for having me.
We got you out of bed. We dragged you out of bed on a Saturday morning.
I'm always out of bed on Saturday.
You're up with the Roosters, right?
Yes.
It's still dark out when Grimes is up.
Right.
I think I'm up before the Roosters, to be honest with you.
Grimesy's the hardest working man in show business.
Yes, I try.
So I got to, on my website, if you go to the locker room with BillySchwein.com, you go to the photos section. So ride my bike on, around Ocean City in the summer with my daughter, and we see a Grimes sign, a realtor sign hanging off a post.
Yep.
I said, I got to get my picture taken next to it. It's up there on the website.
I love it. Thank you.
My agent at the beach. Grimesy, what's going on, man?
I don't know. Listen, I'm happy where the Eagles are right now, but I'm a little scared where the Sixers are right now.
A little bit, but you're sporting a Sixers
Yeah.
pullover. It looks good. I like that.
I appreciate it. It's warm.
Is that
It's a little
brand?
blustery
Is
out
that new? Is that
there. Brand
new?
new.
I like that.
I got it up at the Sixers game about a couple of weeks ago.
And then look at Nick Earnshaw. He's got a Sixers hat on. Of
course.
So for the life of me, I don't understand. This team's like 3-12, going in the wrong direction. You guys are all Sixered up this morning. I'm
Sixered up.
shocked.
It's a big win last night.
Oh, come on. They're 3-12. They got more problems you can shake your stick at. The only bright spot is McCain, and he's boasted already about him being a rookie of the year.
Oh, are you really going to go down this road?
Aren't we having
a
problem with Embiid's selfishness?
Stop. Dude, I'm going to cut you off right there.
Don't you get away from that, Nick?
What was selfish about getting fired up after scoring 30 points, essentially winning them the game yesterday?
I like his enthusiasm, Mark Grimes. Do you have any problem?
My
hold on.
goodness.
Hold on. You're the youth. You're the youth of America. Grimes and I are like more. See, when you get older and more mature, you get wiser. You don't get so excited about these type of things. What say you, Mark Grimes? Is it a problem that he mimics? They're 3-12, and they got all kind of problems. I understand he's doing well and he's playing great, and I love it.
Yep.
But is it a little bit much for him to say, I'm the rookie of the year?
Yeah, listen, he's a TikToker. My daughter Hannah loves him, so he's definitely reaching the younger generation. But
that's how it is, I guess, right?
Yeah. Listen,
self-grandizing.
Yeah, listen. I when they picked him, I thought he was a little bit too much like Maxey. I wanted Dalton Connect, and obviously LeBron already came out and said 16 teams just whiffed on him. So time will tell who was the better pick. I know Jared is a lot younger. But I think Dalton Connect would have been a better fit. But, hey, time will tell. Maybe he is the rookie.
And Nick Earnshaw, you were at the game last night.
I was.
So tell us about the enthusiasm in a they were 2-12 going into the game yet last night at Wells Fargo. What was the enthusiasm? What was the crowd like?
That was my fourth game of the year that I've attended, and that was the most energetic game I've been to all season long. The energy in the building.
Is that right?
When McCain and Maxey in the fourth quarter were getting steals, hitting big shots, outside shots from three-point land, that crowd was energized. And when McCain as well as Maxey, they started talking to the crowd a little bit. When McCain said he was the rookie of the year, the crowd got fired up. You need that type of energy right now with how bad this team's been.
They need something, Mark Grimes.
Hey, they had a team meeting, so listen. I'm not opposed to it. I kind of like it.
Okay.
You need more energy than what they've been showing the past 15 games. So, hey, can I ask you a question? When I was watching the game last night,
Yeah.
Who in the heck came up with these floors? I got what it's for.
Horrible.
But did they hire the guy, the promotion department from the University of Oregon? Like, is that what they came up with? This
Blue
crazy
turf in
idea?
Utah or whatever. Who has the blue football field?
Well, that's
Boise State.
That's what you say. But I'm talking about. Have you ever seen all the different colors that Oregon has put out over the years, and their floors are horrible. Their basketball court floor, like, this is ridiculous. It's very hard to watch on TV.
Yeah, it's the NBA Cup, which I think is a total
which
stupid
is sponsored
idea.
by the Emirates.
Yeah,
right?
it's
Arab Emirates.
Yeah, it's a dumb idea. The courts look ridiculous. It's all blue. I just think it's
No, I mean,
ridiculous.
Houston Rockets was every team's it's the color of their uniforms. I take it, but Rockets was an all red court last night. Horrible to watch. Horrible to watch.
All right, we got a great show lined up today. We're going to talk Sixers. Obviously, we're going to talk a lot of Philadelphia Eagles. Big game for them this week.
Huge.
They're facing the 5-5 Los Angeles Rams, but don't fall asleep on this team. They've won 4 of their last 5 games.
Well, they got both the receivers are healthy now. Puka and Cooper and
Puka.
Stafford. Stafford to me is one of the best, slingers in the game. So
Super Bowl winning quarterback.
Yep, it's going to be a tough game. It's not. This one scares me a little bit because of the travel time. You go out to the West Coast, so we'll see.
Wonder how many people, Nick, how many Eagles fans will be in attendance out there in L.A.?
I think it'll be a good crowd. I mean,
Because remember the last
they
time
travel
the Eagles,
well.
Well, remember the last time the Eagles played out there against the Chargers when the Chargers first went to that. Remember they were playing at a soccer stadium. It was all Eagles fans.
Yeah. Now it's SoFi Stadium out there.
Listen, I think you're going to see the same thing. The LA fans, they're just too laid back. They're not showing up.
They're getting their celebrities showing up.
Yeah.
You see, they pan the stands and you see all kind of celebrities, Grimesy.
But I mean, it's almost like the Miami Heat.
It's like seeing Grimes, Grimesy. Let's like seeing Grimesy. He's the Sixers game right behind the bench.
Hey, it's
not up
in
in the bleeds. You're not up in the bleeds.
No.
Talking to my agent at the beach, dude. He sits right behind the bench.
Andrew, years ago, yes. Today's game. If I ain't down below, I ain't going.
And then today, listen, college football. We got a couple weeks left in the regular season. There are some big games today in college football. Ohio State and Indiana. Yeah. Indiana's one of the only 4 or 5 teams left in all of college football that are undefeated.
Yeah, there's a lot of great games today. Flyers play today. All the college games going. Oh, it's gonna be great.
So on the college front, Army is 9-0.
Yeah.
They're driving down the Palisades Parkway, heading to Yankee Stadium to face 9-1 Notre Dame.
Wow.
And today we're going to be talking with Dan Head. He's the podcaster, writer for As for Football, Army podcast.
Nice.
My sister, my brother-in-law graduated from West Point, class of 71. My nephew, class of 2000. Big Army Navy family, right?
Right.
They are super pumped up for this Army Notre Dame game.
I would be too. It's a big game.
This is like the first time in a long, long time that Army is
legitimate.
Legitimate. If they beat Notre Dame today, it's a 14-point spread. Don't get me wrong; it's going to be a tough mountain to climb. But if they beat Notre Dame tonight, they could be Notre Dame's ranked number 6.
And it's a huge game.
19 Army is ranked right now. Right. So I mean, this is going to be a fun matchup. If Army can pull this one out, man. That Army Navy game is going to be
that's a 7:30 game tonight on NBC. You want to check that out. And then, of course, we have Mr. Negadelphia P.J. Corda, brought to you by Galloway Pool Service. Mr. Negadelphia is going to unload on Embiid.
Yeah, I can't wait.
But, did you see what else he tweeted or texted to us in the group text?
No, I missed it.
Because the Giants they cut.
Oh, Daniel Jones.
They flat out cut him. Daniel Jones,
He's gone.
Hey, I would pick him up as a second-string quarterback.
Nick, you know P.J. Corda's going to say that.
No, he likes a Kenny Pickett guy through and through. I don't think he's going to go Daniel Jones.
I didn't mean for the Eagles. I like Kenny Pickett. I meant for another team.
No, but guess what? I don't like Kenny Pickett. I don't like his body language. I don't like his smug look on his face. He looks like he has a sense of entitlement. I don't think he's a good backup quarterback.
Yeah, I don't care. I don't care who the backup is right now. Jalen Hurts is a starter. He's played pretty well.
Playing on a bad ankle, Nick.
Yeah, I know. It's something to watch heading into this week, but I don't think they should pick up Daniel Jones.
By the way, our producer extraordinaire, Nick Earnshaw, we're on the X platform.
We are.
Look, I like the side-by-side look we got going here. Nick, you're Johnny. You're Cracker Jack with that.
You got to be ready and be on your toes when you're producing a locker room.
You got to have the young guys, Grimes.
You got to have energy like McCain, man. Yeah. Like, we got to bring the energy here.
He's the producer of the year?
Oh, 1,000%. No, listen, Nick does a great job. I listen a lot to these guys.
I got to be honest with you. Nick, Danny, and
everybody.
Of course, Josh. I mean, Josh is just – but you got to – but I like what he does. He's a thinking man over there.
You guys got a great crew.
All right. And then we'll get into a little we'll get into a little Flyers talk. They do play against the Chicago Blackhawks.
Yep.
At
1 o'clock. 1 o'clock.
I don't think we're covering it live.
Either. I'll double
So
check.
Double
Yep.
check where that is. Grimes, we've got a great show today. We got 2 hours to get it done. Let's get our
Wow.
3-point stand
Let's do it.
and get her going.
Let's do
First hour of the locker was powered by Surety Title. Surety. Oh, by the way, I left one thing out.
Yeah.
At the bottom of the second hour, it's our high school athletes in the spotlight.
Yes.
Yes.
Congratulations to Mainland last
Yeah,
night.
Mainland won.
Listen,
And we'll talk with Fran McLaughlin, the owner of Philly Pretzel Factory.
gotcha.
He does a great job with our male and female athletes in the spotlight, but he'll also give us some stats from the game last night at Mainland.
Hey, went for 2 points.
Hey.
That takes a lot of going.
Yeah, right? Because if he doesn't get it, he loses.
No, that was a big call. Big call.
All right. The first hour of the locker room is powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection and professional settlement services for home buyers and sellers, real estate agents, brokers, lenders, home builders, developers, and attorneys to facilitate your real estate purchases. Surety is an industry-wide leader with a team of experts that will help you through the entire process. From contract signing to closing for the shortest center city and every place in between, Surety Title is there for you with 15 office locations in New Jersey and PA. That's Surety Title. For more information, call my good friend Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900 or give the Ocean City office a call. Chris Mooney, 609-399-1227. Now, I want to tell you about McCann Appraisers. For all your real estate appraisal needs, call John A. McCann and Associates, 609-263-7422. Whether commercial or residential properties for estate, tax, or financial planning, divorce, and more, call the professionals at John A. McCann and Associates. They are licensed and ready to assist you today. Give them a call right now, 609-263-7422. When we return, we'll continue with more here in the locker room with Billy Schwein, Nick Earnshaw, my agent at the beach, Mark Grimes, right here on 97.3 ESPN.
This is South Jersey's official home for Philadelphia Eagles football. The Eagles continue the 2024 season on Sunday Night Football in L.A. against the Rams.
First, under center, to Barkley. Barkley across the 30, 25, 20, 15, 10. Good boy!
Pre-game coverage starts at 7 p.m. with Merrill Reese and Mike Quick calling all the action starting at 8:20. This is the play-by-play home of the Philadelphia Eagles. 97.3 ESPN, South Jersey's Eagles station.
Ocean City's real estate market is red hot, and you need an agent that has the knowledge and expertise to help. Contact Ocean City's top agent, Mark Grimes. Mark has been selling real estate for 30 years in South Jersey. He can answer all your real estate questions and find you the perfect property. He's available anytime on his cell at 609-425-2042. When Philadelphia star athletes are looking for a house at the beach, they contact Mark Grimes, specializing in buying and selling vacation homes, single-family homes, condominiums, and duplexes, residential and commercial, as well as new construction projects or investment opportunities. Mark Grimes, he's your agent at the beach. Give him a call right now, 609-425-2042, or check out his website at grimes.com.
Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza, the pizza you're gonna love. It's got the freshest taste that you'll find any place. Randazzo's Pizza, this one right nearby. Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza. It's a pizza like you never had before. Eat it or take it home, no matter where you roam. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find.
Why would you call anyone else besides Randazzo's Pizzeria and Family Restaurant, 34th and Asbury Avenue in Ocean City. Open year-round, 7 days a week, offering free delivery on the whole island and to the beach. Pizza, pasta, salads, entrees, subs, paninis, and wraps. Voted best of the shore. Call 814-1600. 814-1600.
Pizza, the tastiest you'll find. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find.
Did you know that Wendy's has any size soft drinks for just $1? Yeah, any size, anytime. Like $1 Coke, $1 Sprite, or even $1 strawberry Fanta. Okay, could we maybe switch up the sound effect, please? 'Cause I'm losing it. Wow, no, not that. Any size soft drink for just $1? gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only. Price and participation may vary. A la carte only. Not valid in a combo. Exclusions apply.
With GMF financing, qualified buyers excludes Traverse and Corvette excludes prior sales.
Why wait for Black Friday when the biggest Black Friday sale is going on now all month long at Bennett Chevrolet, where you can save up to 20% and more on your new vehicle, because Bennett is selling new vehicles at $1,000 below, yes, $1,000 below the real GM supplier employee price. Plus, you keep all the rebates, saving you up to 20%. But of course, there's more with available 0% financing. Looking for used? Bennett's giving a minimum $10,000, a minimum 10 grand for your trade, no matter its condition, towards any pre-owned in stock. Imagine what you'll get for a good trade if Bennett's paying a minimum 10 grand for total junk. Bennett's deals are unbeatable during our Black Friday sales event, and there's never any hassles or sales pressure, because our non-commissioned sales staff is paid on your satisfaction, not how much you spend. The best Black Friday sales going on now at Bennett Chevy, Egg Harbor Township, and BennettChevy.com. Together, let's drive.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live at the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schweim, producer Nicky Earnshaw, and our special guest, my agent at the beach, Mark Grimes. Mark, you've been an advertiser, keeping the locker room going. We really appreciate you.
No problem.
And,
I love the show.
and everything you do. I also want to let people know that we're streaming live on the X platform, and want to check us there, and also with the YouTube channel. Check us out.
Of course.
there, right, Nick?
Everywhere. X, on YouTube, on 97.3, in your cars, everywhere, Billy.
All right. Now, before we get into our Eagles talk, I do want to talk. We got to talk some Sixers, because we're going to play a cut. We're going to play some audio.
Yes.
But before we get into the audio, Mark, I'm going to ask you first, and I'm going to ask the young guy over there, Nicky Earnshaw. I don't know what because Nicky's predicted that. Are you still on the team's going to win the first championship? The question I posed to him the last couple of weeks: what is the next Philadelphia team that's going to win the championship? And he said Sixers. You still on that, Nick?
I'm going to stay with it. I'm just going to stay with it. I'll stick with it. I'm not gonna jump off ship yet. I'm not gonna do it. I think that they're only, remember, the East is bad. The East is bad this year. They're only a couple games out of a playoff spot.
No way, Jose. if anything, we got a pretty good shot at getting this guy Cooper Flag. I'm all for it.
All right, so what's going on? What do you think, Mark? You got your 76ers pull over on.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think? I mean, what can we make of Joel Embiid?
Listen, his knee blew up last night.
They're locked in for the next 3 years. They paid him a king's ransom.
He didn't even go out for one.
$193 million, Grimes. 3 years extension. So, what gives?
Listen, you can always trade them. Listen, they're
can't trade them.
I know, but they're shot. They should have done it last year to the Knicks. The Knicks wanted them, but hey, it is what it is. Listen, we're too old. We're too old. Even Paul George, too old.
So Nick, all that money that Daryl Morey just spent on Embiid and George. I mean, we're like back to square one. When we had Tobias Harris.
Yeah, I mean, listen, PG.
That's what it feels like.
Tobias Harris had like 26 the other night or something.
And he smoked us when he was
down.
That always happens.
So, no, he's on the Pistons. I mean, Tobias Harris wasn't going to help this team that much anyway. But yeah, I mean, you're at the point right now where the thing with Embiid is the knee is just continuing to swell up. He played 2 games. They weren't back-to-backs this week. It makes you think, and it makes you wonder, there's more than they've been leading on after the Olympics. And that's a problem communication-wise from the Sixers, which is very frustrating. And the way they've handled this entire situation, they have not been frank with the fan base, which I think that's horrible in itself. And then everything with Embiid, the team meeting, it getting out, all this stuff.
You just said team meeting. Mark, that was a players-only meeting.
Yes.
Now, Nick, you said there were coaches in there?
They brought up the Nick Nurse was in there.
Because I didn't think coaches, when it's players only, it's a players only.
It was a team meeting.
It was
team meeting.
It was a
team meeting, yes.
So Embiid is quoted as saying that whoever leaked this is a piece of you-know-what.
Yes.
So he's talking about somebody that's in the organization. That's a Canadian term.
Yep.
He's talking about either a possible teammate.
Yep. Or coach.
Or a coach, and that's not good.
Nope.
If he's calling that person a piece of...
That's good. I didn't have to hit the button for
you. Didn't have to hit the button.
That's good. Thanks. I appreciate that. But yeah, listen, where the Sixers are at right now, 3-12, not an ideal start, but they remember you still have the play-in. Okay, the play-in is a thing now, so that helps you when you're heading into the postseason. I think they will turn it around, but the Embiid thing is scary with where they're at right now.
I got a question for Andrew.
Yeah,
How many teams?
That's
I'm sorry, Nick. I apologize. Listen, you guys.
Good.
Nick, I apologize, Nick. How many teams have made the playoffs starting out 2-11?
I believe it was. I think was it 6 or 9.
I heard one team the other day. That was on ESPN National Radio.
No, it's not one team.
Okay,
it's either like 6. Whoever started 2-12, it's either 6 or 9. I have
You got
the
okay,
stat. Yeah.
Right,
but it's not a lot.
So,
not under 10.
Let's
Yes.
play the
We'll go
quote.
that.
Can you play the audio of Nick Nurse explaining?
This is after the game.
This is
last
after
night.
the game last night.
Yep.
So he's ruled out. Now I'm taking my daughter to Doopy Doo. We're going to the game Sunday against the Clippers. James Harden, the Beard's coming back to town.
Yeah.
Yep.
No Embiid.
No Embiid.
No,
No
PG
Embiid.
either. No PG either.
Know what else? No refund.
Well, guess what? Because of my good friend Dr. Dominic Mariani at Pensacola Spine and Rehab, who gave us the
There you
tickets,
go.
plus a parking pass, Grimesy. I feel like you. I got a parking pass. I don't have to pay for it, so I'm not feeling so bad because it's a night out with my daughter.
There you
Then
go.
we come home and get to watch the Eagles.
There you go.
That's
Right?
gonna be great.
Love it.
But I would never, like, I already had to get rid of my Eagles tickets because they outpriced me, and now, I wouldn't pay for a Sixers ticket. I wouldn't have the money. But I don't know if I'd pay for a ticket right now. I know Nick did because he went to
pretty
those.
cheap. Pretty
Huh?
cheap. They're pretty cheap.
Well, you're sitting all the way to nosebleeds. Unless Grimesy takes me behind the bench.
They're great. There's nothing wrong with up in the nosebleed. It's a great time. It was like $10 for a ticket. We're good.
See, I like his enthusiasm.
Yes.
I mean, come
He's
on.
a true,
He's a true fan.
Exactly.
He's got a Sixers hat. He buys his Sixers hat. This team's 3-12.
I'm not giving up. Not giving up.
And he thinks his team. And I love your conviction. I like the fact that you're staying consistent. But I don't know, Nick. It might be
Listen,
a bridge
it's
too far.
hard.
I got another question for Nick. Where do they have to be record-wise to make the play? In your mind?
So I think they'll have
Like,
to
how
be
many wins? How
right
many
around
wins?
41 wins.
41 wins.
Yeah, 40 to 41 wins. I think they have to be in the realm.
So
of.
where does
They
that-
have to go on a run.
So what percentage that put it at rate this second to get 41 wins, roughly? And there's 82 games, right?
Yeah, they've
So we
already
played
played 15.
Yep.
I mean, they have to string together a lot of wins in
Yeah.
a row to get back. But the thing is, they have time.
Right.
That's the whole
See, here,
premise.
and
of it.
here's
they have time.
Because you know what Nick does? So the locker room crew was all invited to the Sixers Grizzlies game a
Yes.
couple weeks back, and I'm complaining to Nick. You know what he kept doing to me, Grimesy?
What's that?
Looking at his watch, going, "Look at the date." He's right about one thing. Like if anything that happens in October, November, December, after the Christmas holiday, if the Sixers can turn it on and make the playoff, this will all be forgotten.
If they're hanging right around 500,
But that's a big if.
If they're hanging right around 500, they'll be fine.
That's a 7'2" if.
It is. Well, not if you have a Rookie of the Year in Jared McCain and Tyrese
They
Maxey.
can't carry
The
that team.
Smiling Brothers, Billy. The Smiling
I
Brothers.
like it. And by the way,
the Smiling Brothers.
Hey guys, you look at the box score last night. Every single starter was in double figures.
Yes,
like that's balanced scoring. If they can do that, but they did it against the Nets.
Listen, exactly.
By the way, it was
6
great.
and 10 Nets.
By the way, it was fantastic. And Ben Simmons got booed every time he touched the ball last night.
Did he miss a layup?
He threw it at the backboard. It was embarrassing.
Like, what is wrong with that guy?
No, he had 3 points.
It's amazing. I mean, between him and Zion, I don't know who the bigger bust is, to be
Ben.
quite honest.
So
Definitely
guess what?
Ben.
And I'm listening to sports radio, other stations around town, and I listen to everybody. there's people advocating already to tank the season.
No,
for the Sixers.
absolutely
That is
not.
such a defeatist attitude.
Hey, when you watch Cooper Flag play last night against Arizona,
No, Grimesy.
I'm-
I know he's a
I'm-
great
listen,
player.
Listen, I'm just going out on a
Mark,
limb
you
here.
don't subscribe
I'm
to that
going out on a
theory.
limb here.
You are.
In the past 20 years, you've never seen a player since LeBron. I'm telling you, go out. This kid is going to be
So
unbelievable.
tank for this kid.
No.
I'm just saying, if we get mid-season and it's not looking good, after we get,
Grimes, you're
I
killing
just-
me.
I know. I
You're
just
killing
can't-
me,
I
Grimes.
can't believe I'm here now.
We are not
Never
capturing the
thought of
flag,
it.
okay? We're not capturing the flag,
Yes.
okay?
This process thing didn't work for us the first time, and it's
No,
not
it
because-
worked. It worked.
It did.
It
Well, yeah,
worked.
we got us to the
The
second
premise
round.
of
got
it
us to
worked.
The second round.
The premise of it
The
worked.
premise of it.
It worked. It was not executed properly throughout the entire.
So we got an ex-Eagle that just walked in, our good buddy Mr. Brad Quast, who played
Oh.
for professional sports. You think he would agree to a tank?
No, of course
You think
not.
he's
We're not
got-
tanking.
Brad Quast has got pride. He don't want to lose.
They cannot do
Right,
it.
Quast?
Let me know so I can bet it.
Right? So we got, Grimesy, and Brad Quast can talk to this, but, as an athlete, you want to go out and win every single game.
They spent too much money and they gave contracts out to Embiid, Paul George. They have young players in Tyrese Maxey, McCain. There's no reason for them not to try and salvage
And
this.
then I heard
season. No
another
reason.
talk show host say that Morey will be in the Hall of Fame.
He probably will be.
Morey.
No, he probably will be.
What?
He probably
He
yeah.
hasn't won anything.
Doesn't matter. As
It
an
doesn't matter.
executive,
See, look
I'm
how
just
watered-
saying,
look
as
how
an
Look how
executive,
watered down our society. Our
I am
culture
just
stuff.
saying,
Hasn't
as
won
an
anything, but he's going to be in the
Billy,
Hall of Fame.
Billy, as an executive,
Are you
he
out of
has
your
made,
mind?
He has traded for James Harden. He has made moves that has put
He
teams in a
hasn't
position to
won
win. As an-
anything.
that doesn't matter. That's
It
not the
doesn't-
point.
Mark, correct me if I'm wrong.
As an
please.
executive, he has made the correct moves
He
and the
hasn't
big time
won
moves.
as an executive.
I'm not disagreeing with you there, but
So
I'm
why would
saying
you
he
put
could
somebody,
be in the Hall of
Nick,
Fame.
Why would you put somebody in the Hall of Fame? that
I
hasn't
wouldn't
won?
put him in the Hall of Fame,
So
but
you
I'm
don't-
looking
so
at
you're
it from what the
So
perspective.
you're being objective.
Yes, yes. In this case, yes.
I mean, in what world do we live in that you don't win anything, you get put in the Hall of Fame? Like Eli Manning's going in. He's going to go into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Now he won 2 Super Bowls, and I get it, and that's a great accomplishment.
Mm-hmm.
But his record overall is like under 500.
Listen, I mean, has he gotten great players? Yes. Has he?
Well, look,
Now, you
football
could
is
argue-
the ultimate team sport, right?
What
Would you
is
say? Oh, football is the ultimate team sport.
1,000%. Everybody needs a Brad Quast in their foxhole.
All right, Grimesy. Good conversation about the Sixers. We'll leave it at there. We do
We'll
have
get back to it.
We do have one thing. Well, we'll do it on the other side.
Yeah.
After we interview Daniel Head.
Yeah.
Because we do have some more sound for the Sixers that we want.
Yes.
All right.
How's Paul George getting off the hook here? He barely hit his knee the other day, and he's out again.
Yeah,
for
but
2.
he hyperextended it.
Come on, man.
Hyperextended twice.
I'm telling you, this is not looking.
We're not capturing the flag, all right?
I
No
believe-
capturing the flag,
You
Grimesy.
said it to me. I think the last time we were either on set at the Scalas
Mhm.
or the last time you said to me that this is last year when he was in the sweepstakes. He hadn't played that many games.
No.
We
Look at his
talked about
average.
this.
We talked about this, and he's there. What's he average? 55 games a year.
Yeah, it's
Nick,
not great.
Nick,
He
Nick,
played a lot last year.
Is the NBA an old man's team or an young man's league?
It's a young man's league.
Well, there you go.
young man's
So
league.
why are we getting these guys that are 30 years old and broken down?
I brought that up too. I brought that up on the Nuggets. I brought that up on the locker room. Just saying.
On the other side, we're going to talk some college football.
Yeah.
With Daniel Head. He's the podcaster for Army Football. As for Football podcast, we'll get his thoughts on the big game tonight. Army Notre Dame. The first hour of the locker room is powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection and professional settlement services for home buyers and sellers, real estate agents, brokers, lenders, home builders, developers, and attorneys to facilitate your real estate purchases. From the shore to Center City and every place in between, Surety Title is there for you with 15 office locations in New Jersey and PA. That's Surety Title. For more information, call my good friend Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900 or give Chris Mooney a call in the Ocean City office, 609-399-1227. Now, let me tell you about La Scala's Beach House. I know, Grimes, you love the food down there. It's unbelievable. The ambiance is great. The vibes, the drinks, it's all cool. It's your Eagles headquarters. It's your home away from home for a large selection of Italian, American, and seafood favorites, just like your grandmom used to make. Plus, you'll love their famous pizza, their daily specials, and their game day menu. Eat in or take out at La Scala's. They're open Wednesday through Sunday, 1400 Ocean Avenue in Brigantine. That's LaScalasBeachHouse.com. Let's eat. All right, when we return, we'll talk with Dan Head of Army Football. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein, Mark Grimes, and Nicky Earnshaw right here on 97.3 ESPN.
College football Saturday on ESPN Radio. Fifth-ranked Indiana. 10-0 for the first time ever. Head into their biggest game in program history against second-ranked Ohio State. We're looking to secure a spot in the Big Ten title game. The college football playoff. Number 5 Indiana and number 2 Ohio State. With kickoff at noon Eastern.
It's College Football Saturday on 97.3 ESPN. Coverage begins at noon.
Train presents The Unstoppables. Those captains of comfort, those gargantuans of the guarantee, those satisfaction savants who persevere perilously beyond probability as the raconteurs of reliability. Here's to Train's heralded heroes of heating and air conditioning, those comfort kings with a tireless tenacity for total turnaround. The Train Comfort Specialists. Just one more reason why it's hard to stop a train.
Hi, this is Joe Lenigan, owner of Lenigan Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Call us today for your free train system quote at 609-399-1200 or online at ocnjplumber.com. And please don't forget to ask for the military and senior discount.
Hundreds of Volkswagens in stock and on sale. Hundreds of Mitsubishis, even 100 electric Pintelli golf carts in stock and on sale at Tom's River Auto Group. And not one a penny over sticker. Plus, Tom's River Auto has a Birds fan bonus. $500 off just for showing up in a team jersey, hat, socks, whatever. How easy is that? New or used, Tom's River's got plenty, but hurry. On sale, they're flying. Click Tom'sRiverAutoGroup.com.
Hi, this is ex-Philadelphia Eagles tight end Ken Dunnick, and I'm the current publisher of Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine, and I'm asking you to become a Camden County police officer and help make our city a better place to live. The Camden County Police Department is now hiring for sworn officers who are going to make a difference in our community. The first year's salary for the position is $51,000. So join the effort today to be part of something bigger than yourself. Visit CamdenCountyPD.org to apply online. That's CamdenCountyPD.org. Thank you.
Downy Rinse and Refresh. Break up with stinky clothes.
Every now and then I get a little bit tired of the things that just will never come out. It's shade. One wash it smells so clean. Downy Rinse and Refresh, it's a dream.
Downy Rinse and Refresh. Fights odor in just one wash. Guaranteed.
Go to get your game on at the Gallery Bar Book and Games at Ocean Casino Resort. Cheers your favorite drinks while cheering on your favorite team. Get in on the parlay while in the middle of a party. Go for the sports scene and go for the endless screams. Go to the Gallery. Go to the Fanatics Sportsbook. Go for the win at Ocean Casino Resort. For more information, visit theoceanac.com. Must be 21 or older to wager or consume alcohol. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live at the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schwein, my agent at the beach, Mark Grimes, and our producer, co-host, Nicky Earnshaw. Of course, I love my Volkswagen Teos that I got from Toms River Volkswagen, Tom McMenamin. But go up and see John and Huey. They will take care of you, Grimes. I love my car, man. It's
nice
sporty.
Car.
That's sporty.
Nice. Listen, I see those Volkswagens
They're
all
everywhere.
the time at Starbucks. Each model, and they're all very nice.
They're very nice.
Yep.
Oh, I know you love your
I
Teos.
love it, man.
You love it.
It's got all kind of these. Like I can hit
Bells
a button.
and whistles.
I got to hit a button, and I don't have to keep my hand on the steering wheel, and I got cruise control. But if you get too close to a car, it'll slow you down. It does everything for you.
Don't do that.
All right. Hey, listen, we talked a little bit about college football in the beginning, how it's been in such a great year. Of course, this is the first year with the playoffs, the expanded playoffs, and it's the first time that Army, they're 9-0 going into the game against Notre Dame tonight.
Wow.
Driving down the Palisades Parkway into Yankee Stadium. They're going to face 9-1 Fighting Irish and Notre Dame. Army's 9-0.
Yep.
If they and now it's a 17-point spread, I think.
Yep.
That's what Quash just said.
Yes.
If they can beat Notre Dame, man, this would be unbelievable.
That'd be gigantic.
All right, let's go to the Tom's River Volkswagen Sports Hotline and welcome into the locker room. He's a podcaster for Army football. It's called As for Army Podcast. It's a podcast for football, for insiders, guide for cadets, old grads, and college football fans to follow the Army team as they try to beat Navy for the Commanders-in-Chief Commander Trophy next in a couple weeks. But they got Notre Dame tonight. Let's welcome in Dan Head. Good morning, Dan.
Good morning, Billy. How you doing?
All right, man. You know, I was looking at your website. You guys got a great website, very informative, and it really looks good. But you guys got to be really excited about Army Notre Dame tonight.
I am very excited. Arguably the biggest game Army has played since 1958, which is nuts.
Yeah. I mean, and they're playing in New York, Yankee Stadium. You know, let's face it, back in the day, like the 40s, 50s, 60s, Army and Navy were powerhouses in college football.
Absolutely. It's a very different world with the NFL, and this is, obviously way before NIL, but just with the advent of the NFL being a big money league, people going to the academies and serving has not been a thing that like the highest level athletes would want to do in the way that they might have been willing to in the 40s and 50s before you could become, a millionaire playing professional sports.
Yeah, but back in the day, you had, I guess you still have to serve your country after you get out, but not as long as you used to, right? Because with Villanueva, he only served a couple of years, and then he played for the Eagles and the Steelers.
So every academy graduate has a 5-year commitment. So you're on active duty for 5 years, which is how long Villanueva was on.
Okay.
That's why what he did is so amazing, because he was, an infantry officer, ranger, in a ranger battalion. Like, that dude did a lot in the Army and then came out and, played for the Steelers.
I've had him on my show, believe it or not. My brother-in-law, who graduated West Point class of 71, retired as a full colonel, he hooked me up with Villanueva. I had him on. It was a great interview and a great American. Talk to us a little bit about this game, Dan, because let's face it. I mean, you guys win today. You're going to move up on the rankings and possibly make a run in the playoffs.
Yeah, it's crazy because when the season started, I don't think anyone anywhere had that on their radar, except maybe Jeff Monken. I mean, the Army coaching staff, who knows? But if you would have asked the average Army fan, I think we were looking at, 8 wins and beat Navy, win the Commander-in-Chief's trophy, and I think everybody would have been happy. Now here we are sitting undefeated. And, yeah, listen, these guys want the opportunity to play against the best that they can play against. Anybody who's been an athlete will want to compete at the highest level that they can possibly compete at. And that's what this is for these guys. People have been talking all year about Army's strength of schedule, which is fair. I mean, it isn't like they played a bunch of world beaters. However, this team hasn't been pushed in any way. They've dominated every single game, 9 games in a row. Like, these kids don't even know what they're capable of because they haven't been out there with the best in the country yet.
Hey, Dan, it's Nick. This is a massive game for both teams, especially for Army. And they haven't beaten the Irish since 1958, and they haven't beaten a team inside the top 10. It was Penn State since 1963. Can you talk to me about the juice heading into this game from the fans as well as all of Army?
Well, yeah. I mean, like I said, it's an amazing opportunity, right? You as a cadet and just as an Army fan, you hear about how all these great teams used to play at Yankee Stadium or at the Polo Grounds. And, when Giants walked the plane, these guys were as good as anybody. And, they won 5 national championships. And, yeah, it's nuts. And you think, well, those days are gone because it's the modern world and that's just not going to happen. And now here we are in the year 2024, and this Army team has the opportunity to set itself in the same category and in the same conversation with that 1958 team that had a Heisman Trophy winner on it.
Wow. Hey, Dan, it's Mark Grimes. I would say all the pressure would be on Notre Dame because Army's not expected to be there, and Notre Dame is always expected to be there. So I would say, hey, they got nothing to lose.
That's true. I mean, Army is already in the American Conference Championship game. They're going to play Navy in front of, an NFL stadium and 6 million people watching on TV. They're going to go to a bowl game. They're going to play a Power 4 opponent. Yeah, that's true. Army has everything in front of them, and if they walk away with an L tonight, people just go, that's a good team, but whatever. But if they walk away with a win, then they become Army football royalty and change, the history of the program.
Yep. The history of the program, Mr. Inside and Mr. Outside, Doc Blanchard, and who are the two guys, Mr. Inside and Mr. Outside?
Oh God,
you should know this.
I'm sorry.
It's Doc Blanchard and oh man, I'm drawing a blank. My sister told me that the other day. Dan, how do you not know that? You're a podcaster, for Christmas sakes.
That's all right. So this game is
and a historian too. No, it's
actually I should know it too. I'm drawing a blank. Let's see. I got it here somewhere.
So I would have to think
Glenn Davis, Doc Blanchard, and Glenn Davis.
Yeah.
That's it.
I would have to think this is a home game for Army since it's up in New York.
Yeah, it's right there.
Yeah.
How many miles is it? How many is it miles from? All they got to do is drive down to Palisades Parkway, Dan.
Yeah, so it's 55 miles from New York City to West Point. There's a whole history lesson there on why that is. We will spare your listeners, but yeah.
Well, they can check your podcast out.
It's legitimately a very close game, like about the same amount of travel that they would have for a home game. My buddy's friend is a plebe on the team, and he's not traveling to the hotel, but he'll be on the sidelines, and they're driving down there, at 8:00 this morning. So
wow.
Yeah, it's an easy drive.
All right, we're talking with Dan Head. He's a podcaster for As for Football Army podcast. Dan, talk to us about your quarterback, man. He's a pretty dynamic player, and he's set some records this year.
Yeah, Bryson Daly is incredible. He's already run for 1,000 yards this season, completing about 60% of his passes, which is excellent in a triple option offense. Army has the highest completion range, so they throw for about 18 yards per throw. And the guy is, 6'1", 220 and likes contact. We saw in a game recently where he, gave some kid the stiff arm and bounced his head off the turf. I mean, it was brutal. The guy is a wrecking ball at the quarterback position. He literally got recruited to play linebacker at other Division I universities and chose Army because he could play quarterback.
Wow.
So think about a guy, a middle linebacker at quarterback. This is where we are.
Yeah, I got to tell you, then your defense, I mean, I was watching one game, I forget who it was, the quarterback had 2 interceptions in the end zone.
Yeah, that was against North Texas.
Yeah.
So the defense is not huge, and they're not super fast, but they are talented and smart. So with that in mind, they play a bend, don't break style. So they will give up an infinite number of quick outs to the sidelines. They legitimately don't care. If Riley Leonard is 9 of 10 for 7 yards a pop to the sidelines, nobody will care until they get into the red zone.
Right.
Because they don't want to get beat over. They don't want to get beat deep because they're 2- and 3-star athletes in the secondary. So with that in mind, once they get down to the red zone and that speed differential matters less, then they play much tighter. And you can see where I hesitate to say talent because talent kind of means a lot of things, but just skill in the game and discipline matter a lot more.
We're talking with Dan Head. He's an Army podcaster for As for Football podcast. Glenn I had Pete Dawkins on my show a few years back, and it was a privilege and an honor to have such a prestigious, he's a Heisman Trophy winner for Army, and they've got so much history there. I guess you got a feeling like everybody's pulling for Army today. Yeah. Right, Grimey?
Well, you guys say there's a lot of Notre Dame fans out there.
Yeah, I know, but
but if you're not a Notre Dame fan,
I definitely don't agree with that. I feel like you can't shake a stick in this country without hitting a Notre Dame fan. I mean,
That's true.
It's like rooting for the Cowboys.
Exactly.
Don't get started on that, Dan.
Dan, do you see a high-scoring game or low-scoring game here?
Well, that sort of depends on who wins the battle up front, right? If Army is doing what they want to do, then it's going to be very low-scoring. If Notre Dame is doing what they want to do, then things might get out of hand.
So the spread's up to 17. That jumped because the other day it was 14.5.
Yeah, people are Notre Dame homers.
Dan, anything else that I missed about this game that you want to talk to us about?
Well, so as for football, never makes predictions. I'm an electrical engineer. I'm very comfortable with statistics.
And you are you are a West Point grad, correct?
I am a West Point graduate. Yes, 1995.
Nice.
And so I'm comfortable talking about like what trends in numbers mean. And so people choosing to take Notre Dame minus 17, the reason that that's a bad idea is because Army plays these games close. You know, they took Oklahoma in 2018 to overtime. They took Michigan to double overtime.
Yeah, I remember
and
that.
were just a missed field goal away from winning that game. This Army team is much better than either of those two Army teams. And this Notre Dame team is not as good as that Oklahoma team, probably better than that Michigan team. So, you know, if we're talking what is the trend is that Army plays these games close. That's the trend.
Okay. I'm pulling for Army today. I'm watching that game, and I would love to see Army upset Notre Dame. That would be such a great night for everybody, for football fans in general.
Hey, I'm Irish, but I'm pulling for Army. I'm pulling for Army, buddy.
All right, Dan. How can people listen to your podcast?
So we are asforfootball.com, and that is a West Point inside joke. Uniforms at West Point are as for activity. So as for class, as for spirit, as for dinner. So this is as for football. And so if they go to asforfootball.com, we've got two different podcasts on there. We've got one about Army football. We've got one for like former NCOs in the Army who, they like the academies, but they also like Tennessee or Michigan or Oklahoma or whatever. And that's our college football roundtable. And they're both right there on the front page. And it's pretty straightforward. We're on Spotify. We're on Apple, everywhere you get podcasts.
I love it. Dan, I appreciate you coming on. Maybe we'll have you back before the Army-Navy game.
I would love it. This has been a pleasure.
All right, Dan, thank you
luck.
so much. Good luck to the Black Knights of the Hudson. We appreciate you.
Thanks. Go Army. Beat Navy.
Go Army. Beat Navy. All right, there's Daniel Head on the Toms River Volkswagen Sports Hotline. Grimesy, I'm pulling for Army tonight. Now, my sister doesn't want me to bet the game because I'm a Mushad. I'm a jinx, right? I can't even pick my nose. I'm so bad. But I'm pulling for Army. I'm locked in, dialed into that game tonight.
1,000%. Hey, listen, like I said, I'm pulling for Army. I always pull for the underdog.
Yeah. You know what, Nick? See, this is like historic. This game tonight. It's like it's a throwback.
Yeah. It's gonna be awesome, and I got to go with Army too. I hope Army beats them tonight. I mean, I like going over some of the numbers. Like they haven't beaten a team inside the top 10 since the '60s.
No,
like, that's crazy.
Like if they do this tonight, people don't really how monumental it is.
It's historical if they do it.
So my nephew Matthew Brooks, who graduated West Point class of 2000, he told me about these guys, and I said, well, and I listened to the podcast. It's so professional. These guys are really good. And I said, you know what? Let's get them on.
Yeah,
and
great interview.
Yeah. So, all right, we want to thank Daniel Head. Make sure you check out the As for Football podcast. All right, the first hour of the locker room is powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection and professional settlement services for home buyers and sellers, real estate agents, brokers, lenders, home builders, developers, and attorneys to facilitate your real estate purchases. From the shore to center city and every place in between, Surety Title is there for you with 15 office locations in New Jersey and PA. That's Surety Title. For more information, call my good friend Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900 or give Chris Mooney a call in the Ocean City office at 609-399-1227. I'm sure you use Surety Title, right, Grimes?
Great company.
Yep, it is. All right, just like you're my agent at the beach.
Yes, sir.
Hey, just about everybody in our area has heard about the Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine that is run by ex-Philadelphia tight end Ken Dunnick. But were you aware of their private business network they call the Legacy Club? Every month they hold private events at upscale locations in Philadelphia and South Jersey that attract over 200 top business people. If you have an interest in attending one of these events and see it's a fit for your business, send an email to ken@jerseymanmagazine.com or give him a call at 856-912-4007 for more information. I know, Nick, I brought you to a couple of these events.
Oh, yeah.
You've met a lot of people.
A lot of people.
And we're going to go to the Christmas party.
Can't wait. It's going to be so much fun.
When we return, we'll wrap up hour number one. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein, Mark Grimes, and Nicky Earnshaw right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Hi, everything fans. This is Brian Harris. Join me, Tony Simeone, and Johnny Soper Saturday, as your Fighting Irish hit the Big Apple of New York to take on the Army Black Knights in iconic Yankee Stadium. Right here, this Saturday, November 23rd, as Notre Dame invades the house that Ruth built, the legendary Yankee Stadium, to battle the Army Black Knights. And you can catch it all right here.
It's College Football Saturday on 97.3 ESPN. Coverage begins at 7 p.m.
Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson & Sons for electrical, they're number one.
How would you like to win 2 tickets to the Eagles-Cowboys game on December 29th? PicksForGood.org is sending 2 fans, VIP, club level, Eagles-Cowboys, December 29th. Access to VIP tailgate, food and beverage included. PicksForGood.org for your chance to go see Eagles-Cowboys December 29th down at the lake.
Every year, hundreds of children suffer from unintentional injuries or death due to unsecured guns. Camden County and Moms Demand Action South Jersey are asking for your help to reduce gun violence by spreading the Be Smart message.
Store guns unloaded, locked, and separate from ammunition. And talk to other parents about secure gun storage.
It's up to us to prevent these tragedies and save lives. Visit CamdenCounty.com/BeSmart to learn how we can stop gun accidents and deaths together.
Healthier starts here with Get Covered New Jersey. Get quality, affordable health coverage. 9 in 10 get financial help to lower costs, and many pay $10 a month or less. Enroll at getcovered.nj.gov.
The holidays are here at the Home Depot, so let's get to decorating. Find your perfect tree in our huge assortment of shapes, sizes, and styles. Like the easy-to-assemble Jackson Noble Fir, with pre-lit branches perfect for styling with all your favorite ornaments. Or the Flock Starry Light Fraser Fir, with over 1,900 pre-lit memory wire branches that keep their shape so it's ready right out of the box. Find the perfect tree now at the Home Depot.
With GMF financing to qualify buyers excludes Traverse and Corvette excludes prior sales.
Why wait for Black Friday when the biggest Black Friday sale is going on now all month long at Bennett Chevrolet, where you can save up to 20% and more on your new vehicle, because Bennett is selling new vehicles at $1,000 below, yes, $1,000 below the real GM supplier employee price. Plus, you keep all the rebates, saving you up to 20%. But of course, there's more with available 0% financing. Looking for you? Bennett's giving a minimum $10,000, a minimum 10 grand for your trade, no matter its condition, towards any pre-owned in stock. Imagine what you'll get for a good trade if Bennett's paying a minimum 10 grand for total junk. Bennett's deals are unbeatable during our Black Friday sales event, and there's never any hassles or sales pressure, because our non-commissioned sales staff is paid on your satisfaction, not how much you spend. The best Black Friday sales going on now at Bennett Chevy, Egg Harbor Township, and BennettChevy.com. Together, let's drive.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
Police. Yeah, man. Your love away. Grimesy.
Yes, sir.
Back broadcasting live at the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schweim, my agent at the beach, Mark Grimes, and, of course, producer Nick Earnshaw. And, we're having fun here on a Saturday. A lot of college football. Grimes, I know you're a big basketball guy.
Yep.
And you probably, and I know you, but you love college football. So, but I don't like when we get down to like after Thanksgiving, college football's done.
Yes, it's crazy.
And it's how fast did it go?
It goes fast.
Unbelievable.
There is by the way, just going to throw a little my school, Arizona State's got a big game at 3:30.
Arizona State.
Biggest game in 25 years. Yeah.
Really?
They beat BYU. We're playing Colorado.
Okay.
Yeah. Big 12 champion.
Okay.
They're dead last. Kenny Dillingham's going to be coach of the year if he wins this game today. I'm telling you, you bet it.
Okay.
Take it to the house.
I'll take it to the house.
Take it to the bank.
Yes.
Nick Earnshaw on the other side. We're going to talk with Mr. Negadelphia, P.J. Corda. Now, what do you think what's going to be his biggest beef?
It's definitely going to be about Embiid.
You can't rip the Eagles, Grimesy. I mean, the Eagles are firing on all cylinders.
He'll still find a way to rip Jalen Hurts, though. He'll find a way to rip Jalen Hurts. He'll rip Joel Embiid. I think it's gonna be with the injuries with Embiid. He's just gonna be done with it. I think that's my prediction for PJ. I think that's what's gonna happen. He's gonna be done with the injuries. He's gonna be like, let's tank for flag. All right, that's what he's gonna do.
Ready? We got the number 1 ranked rush offense. We got the number 1 ranked defense, total defense.
I love it.
So what does that suggest to you, Mark Grimes?
What, for the game on
Yeah,
Sunday?
run the ball.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah,
Right?
listen.
Get ahead of him early, right, Nick? Right,
Yep.
right. Mark, get ahead of him early, and then keep pounding the ball. Pound that rock.
Us getting Saquon might have been the biggest steal in the history of Eagles.
Did you see
signings?
Did you see last week when he was getting interviewed after the game, Saquon Barkley? The whole crowd was down there going, "Thank you, Giants." We played that right last
we
week.
did. We
Nick?
played it last week.
Like it was so loud, they had to stop the interview because he said, let's listen to the crowd."
I'm going to throw out one player that needs to show up on Sunday for us because now that Devontae's out.
Let me take
Okay.
Dotson.
You got it.
Right.
Gotta give me, he was the number 1 pick for the Redskins, right?
Right.
Where is this guy? Or is Jalen just not
Commanders.
finding him?
Well,
No, but I mean, is he not finding him on the field? What's the deal here?
Nick, you take a shot at that one because I know what I think.
I want to hear what you think.
Jalen Hurts, he focuses on his number 1 receiver.
Yep.
As soon as that's not there, he tucks the
Just
ball and runs.
I tend to agree with that.
So he doesn't look. He's not. I don't want to say he's not the most cerebral. I just think that he's so used to. In college, he ran. I mean, he was a running quarterback.
No, he just doesn't look at all.
He's
his
got
options.
it.
I agree with you. I've always said that.
Grimesy, his arm isn't the best arm. Like
No
he
doubt.
can't fit into a tight spot like who we're gonna like Stafford.
No, you're not
However,
close.
he can throw a great deep ball.
Yep.
He can throw that out.
Yep.
And he doesn't. He knows Nick. He stays away from the middle of the field.
Yeah. Well, unless
Unless
A.J.
it's-
Brown's going over the middle.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, that happens a lot. So
Right.
he doesn't really stay away from it.
Right,
I wouldn't say he
Grimesy?
stays
Yeah.
away from it.
Yep.
All right. Hour number 1 is in the books. I can't believe how fast this.
Oh,
fastest
goodness.
2 hours in radio. It's
I'm having too much.
We're not
fun.
there yet. We're almost there, though. Halfway there.
On the other side, Mr. Negadelphia P.J. Corda, brought to you by the Galloway Pool Service. And then at the bottom of the hour, we're going to get our high school athletes in the spotlight, brought to you by the Philly Pretzel Factory of Egg Harbor Township. And, of course, Fran McLaughlin. He's going to talk to us about that mainland game last night.
Listen, big game. Hey, I'm going to give it a little quick shout. Matt Jamison, Dr. Jamison, played poker with me. He said, listen, the reason teams cannot figure out mainland, they run the wing tee.
Delaware Wing Tee. All right, all that on the other side. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim, Mark Grimes, my agent at the beach, Nick Earnshaw, right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Saturday on ESPN Radio. Texas continues their fight for a spot in the SEC championship game and the college football playoff. It's at a different level this year. Up next, they face Kentucky, who is fighting for bowl eligibility. Kentucky at number 3 Texas, with kickoff at 3:30 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on ABC.
It's College Football Saturday on 97.3 ESPN. Coverage begins at 3:30.
Go to get your game on at the Gallery Bar Book and Games at Ocean Casino Resort. Cheers your favorite drinks while cheering on your favorite team. Get in on the parlay while in the middle of a party. Go for the sports scene and go for the endless screams. Go to the gallery. Go to the Fanatic Sportsbook. Go for the win at Ocean Casino Resort. For more information, visit theoceanac.com. Must be 21 or older to wager or consume alcohol. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Are you an oblivious person hogging the sidewalk like a large dying snail? Do people stuck behind you ask, how do you sleep at night? Then you should go to Mattress Firm. They have tons of quality beds at every price. So anyone, even people like you, can sleep. Get matched at Mattress Firm. Sleep at night. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
Something is happening here. Off the New Jersey coast, a new offshore wind project is generating nearly $2 billion in economic benefits for the state. We're generating thousands of local jobs, but the most important thing we're generating is trust. Look closer at Atlantic Shore's offshore wind, and you'll see that we're generating a clean energy future with a team that values safety, the environment, science, and a commitment to being a good neighbor. Learn more at AtlanticShoresWind.com.
Downy Rinse and Refresh. Break up with stinky clothes.
Every now and then I get a little bit tired of the things that just will never come out. One wash, it smells so clean. Downy Rinse and Refresh, it's a dream.
Downy Rinse and Refresh. Fights odor in just one wash. Guaranteed.
With GMF financing, qualified buyers excludes Traverse and Corvette excludes prior sales.
Why wait for Black Friday when the biggest Black Friday sale is going on now all month long at Bennett Chevrolet, where you can save up to 20% and more on your new vehicle, because Bennett is selling new vehicles at $1,000 below, yes, $1,000 below the real GM supplier employee price. Plus, you keep all the rebates, saving you up to 20%. But of course, there's more with available 0% financing. Looking for you? Bennett's giving a minimum $10,000, a minimum 10 grand for your trade, no matter its condition, towards any pre-owned in stock. Imagine what you'll get for a good trade if Bennett's paying a minimum 10 grand for total junk. Bennett's deals are unbeatable during our Black Friday sales event, and there's never any hassles or sales pressure, because our non-commissioned sales staff is paid on your satisfaction, not how much you spend. The best Black Friday sales going on now at Bennett Chevy, Egg Harbor Township, and BennettChevy.com. Together, let's drive.
Home of the Philadelphia Eagles.
Thank God I'm a girl.
Sixers.
Bang, it's good. Ball game.
And Flyers.
Just in front of the net.
97.3 ESPN. WENJ. WENJ HD. Millville, Atlantic City. A Town Square media station serving all of South Jersey.
Welcome to the locker room.
Vince Papali, welcome to the locker room.
I can smell it already, Billy.
Ron Hayes, welcome to the locker room with Billy Schwein.
Yeah, hey, Billy, how you doing out there?
Rich Gannon, welcome to the locker room, Rich.
Thanks, guys. It's great to be with you.
Great Bob McElwee, NFL referee.
Hey, Bill, how you doing?
Craig Berube. Craig, welcome to the locker room.
All right, thanks, Billy.
We have the real Pat Croce in the locker room.
Off the bench, Coach.
And now here's your host, Billy Schwein.
All right, we're back broadcasting live from the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schwein, my agent at the beach, our special guest in the studio today, Mark Grimes, and, of course, producer extraordinaire Nick Earnshaw. By the way, Grimes, I just got a text message from my brother Bobby Schwein.
Love it.
He says, I just landed in Phoenix an hour ago, and I'm staying 3 blocks away from the stadium in Tempe.
Yes.
Tell Grimesy I'm going to the game this afternoon.
Listen.
How about that?
Tell him my nephew just drove from Denver. He went to Arizona State.
Listen, you tell him.
I'll have to hook these guys up. He's going to the game. It's
that's a big
sold,
game, man.
It's sold out.
I love it.
Bobby, you're going to have a great time. Wait till you see the stadium.
All right. Nick Earnshaw, this is our favorite time on Saturdays because Mr. Negadelphia makes his appearance, and he's always got pithy things to say. In the beginning of the season, he wasn't so negative, but now as the season is in flux, he's got a lot to talk about.
He does.
All right, now it's time for Mr. Negadelphia P.J. Corda, sponsored by the Galloway Pool Service. Not happy with your pool, people? Call the Galloway Pool Service, 609-204-6939. They've been in business for over 30 years, covering all of South Jersey. Ask for Dragon. Tell them the boys from the locker room sent you. That's the Galloway Pool Service, 609-204-6939. Let's go to the Toms River Volkswagen Sports Hotline and welcome into the locker room, Mr. Negadelphia, P.J. Corda. Good morning, P.J.
Good morning, gentlemen. Glad to be here.
I know you got your ears pinned back, and you got a lot to get off your chest this morning.
Well, we're going to talk about the Sixers, I assume. We got to start there.
Well, we're giving you. So Nicky said, let P.J. decide. But what are you going to get negative about the Eagles for?
Well, the Eagles, I'll be honest with you, okay? You know, it's the same story that we have right now, but there is good news on the horizon here because, like you said earlier, Daniel Jones, you know, I think he would make a great backup to the team. How good would it feel to win a Super Bowl with Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley this year?
That would be poetic justice, wouldn't it? That would be funny.
Why do you have to throw Jalen under the bus, PJ? Why? Every week you got to do this.
Listen, I just don't. Listen, I think the team's playing well, but I don't think it's because of Jalen. I mean, I really don't feel like that's why we win. I don't think we're winning games because of his great performances. I don't think so. You know what I mean?
I agree with you, Pete. I agree.
Listen.
You know, he makes me nervous when he's in the pocket too. There were signs of what we saw in the Super Bowl the other week, and when he's fumbling around, he just gets nervous and he looks like he's panicking, and then it just doesn't make you feel comfortable like he's a championship quarterback.
Well, you know what? There's a little truth into what he's saying. They're the 22nd ranked passing offense in the league. That's bottom third.
Yep.
Yeah, no, and that's what's hurting us. And you can't say it's because we don't have good receivers. Because
you got the best tandem in the league.
Big spot in the league. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
But they're going up against probably, arguably, the second best, if not the first best, duo of receivers in Nakua and Cooper Kupp.
It'll be a good test of our abilities this week. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, with perhaps it'll be good. It'll be a good.
So let me get this straight, Mr. Negadelphia. You think the Eagles should go after Daniel Jones as their backup quarterback?
I think we put them in. Let's pull them in as their backup. We've been running good against the Giants. We pick up all the players they don't want. They seem to be great athletes. They just don't know what to do with them. You know?
Could you imagine, though, Nick, seriously, if the Eagles did get, just hypothetically, if they did get Daniel Jones and they had Saquon, and they go to and they win the Super Bowl, I mean, people in New York will never be able to live that down.
That would be the
ultimate
ultimate troll.
It would count as like double, you know. It would count as double, man, you know.
We're talking with Mr. Negadelphia, P.J. Corda. We do it every Saturday at this time. Brought to you by the Galloway Pool Service. Mr. Negadelphia, the Eagles' defense, before we get to the Sixers, I know you got a lot to get off your chest with the Sixers.
Sure.
But the Eagles' defense, remember they were 2-2, and then they had that bye week, and everybody was worried about Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis. The linebackers were suspect. Even the secondary was a question mark. They've come a long way. This defense is the best, the number one ranked defense in the league. They look like they're just going to keep getting better because they're young.
Yeah, we're healthy. We're young. It's everything's lining up on our defense. We don't have many holes there. You know, they just got to keep making tackles, and it would be nice when we get those turnovers. That's really where it makes the difference. Like, you know, when they're making those big key plays. So.
Mark Grimes, you know, he just made a great point because the first couple games their tackling was ferocious.
Yes,
it was horrible.
Yep.
Horrendous, I should say. Horrendous.
Vic Fangio's got them going in the right direction.
All of a sudden, right? You got Nolan Smith playing well. Yep. Josh Sweat's playing well. He's getting some sacks. Brandon Graham's getting sacks.
The two guys in the secondary, Cooper DeJean and Quinyon Mitchell, know how to tackle.
They know how to tackle.
And that is massive in today's NFL. Massive.
And Cooper's still quick too. He still gets to the ball. He play. Yeah, he's good, man. I mean, I love watching.
Do you got that? Do you have that Cooper DeJean thing? No, you don't. Have you heard the Cooper DeJean? I think it's CJ. He sings it's like a parody
on the sideline. Yeah,
it's a parody of.
We'll see if we can get it later in the show, Billy.
Billie Jean is not my lover, but it's Cooper DeJean is the best cornerback in the league.
I got to hear it.
You got to hear it. It's hysterical. All right.
Oh, my God.
We're talking with Mr. Negadelphia, so now let's turn the page. Talk to me about your Philadelphia 76. By the way, we're in here in the studio. Nick Earnshaw went to the game last night. He's sporting a brand-new Sixers hat. Mark Grimes is in here, my agent at the beach, and he's got a pullover, nice brand-new Sixers pullover.
Zip.
Like, what the heck's going on with the Sixers?
We're trying everything to turn this team around.
That was their first regular time win that they got in regulation. That was the only win that we have this year that they haven't had to go to overtime to get. Not to mention, there's only been 3 wins, so it's not like we've been winning a lot. But I mean, the one thing I was looking up, and you don't look up these things until the team starts doing really bad, right? But when before last night, before the game, I'm looking up some stats, and I'm like, I can't believe it how bad they're playing. Then I looked up the worst record in NBA history. And believe it or not, the Sixers hold it.
Was that the year they went 10 and 70-something?
Yeah, no, it was in 72. They had the worst record in NBA history. But this year, we're on pace to potentially beat them back. You know what I mean? So there's a chance that we could break an NBA record this year. It's not going to be anything that has to do with winning, but we could break a record.
Hey, no, it's a win, Pete. We may be able to get Cooper Flagg. I don't know if you saw him play last night.
That's true. I say we start looking at with the future here. Absolutely.
So Mr. Negadelphia, are you advocating tank?
Yeah, I mean, listen, man. We don't have our players. Our best player is never in the game. He doesn't play. He doesn't participate. If he does, he doesn't do a great job anymore. We should have traded
35 the other night. You're 35, PJ.
Can't stay on the court.
Listen, he got 35 points that were given to him. His level of effort was right where it normally is, okay? Right about 5 to 10%. If it's not given to him, he don't take it, you know?
We're talking with P.J. Corda, Mr. Negadelphia, and I got to be honest with you. I mean, this Embiid, especially with Maxey exposing him for being late for team meetings and practice and things like that, and then he turns around and says,
"Wait, who leaked that?"
Some piece of, but it had to be a teammate.
You know what? You know it's bad if the players are getting on. I mean, you know that's bad. That's not good for, I mean, that's not the team unity you want, man. That's not the kind of morale you want.
All right, what do you think of our new guy, Jared McCain? I mean, he's telling everybody he's going to be the rookie of the year.
He's on pace. Listen, he looks sharp. I think he's a great player that we're going to have for the long run. Hopefully we can lock him up and he doesn't go somewhere. But, do I think we're going to win any more games? No, I think he's playing good for what his role is, but we're still going to need some people to step up to win more games, But he is playing good for a guy. I think it's great what he's doing.
Good. He's playing great, PJ. He is playing great. He is on pace to be rookie of the year right now.
It was the seventh game where he scored 20 or more points.
Yes. He had 30 last night.
It's like, you ever watch a defense celebrate when they get an interception and they're losing by 30 points? Like everybody, it's like great. Everybody did real good. But
I'm curious his stats versus Dalton Connect's stats, to be honest.
It's very close.
Yeah, okay.
It's very close. And it's the second 30-point game of the year. He's in conversations with Allen Iverson and Joel Embiid as the only rookies in franchise history to have 20 poins in 7 consecutive games.
Mr. Negadelphia just articulated my point that I was trying to make. It's like when a defense is a team's down 30 points and they intercept.
Who plays defense anymore? Who plays defense anymore? What did Steph Curry and Klay Thompson do for years?
He made an analogy to a football.
It's an analogy, Nick.
See that? I love it, PJ. See, brilliant minds think alike.
Oh no!
All right, one last question for you. Eli Manning's headed to the Pro Football Hall of Fame. What do you think about that?
You know what? Eli didn't get a lot of credit. Okay, I'm going to be honest with you. Okay, he did win, more Super Bowls than his brother. He won a lot. He did his job. I believe he belongs there. I do.
All right.
I want to correct you though, Billy. He's a semifinalist right now.
He's a
semifinalist. Not in the Hall of Fame. He's a semifinalist.
He's going to get in.
Yeah, semifinal.
Here, Pete, you want to see the temperature?
I think he deserves it there, though. I mean,
You want the temperature to go up in the room? Do you think Daryl Morey belongs in the Hall of Fame?
Does Daryl Morey belong in the Hall of Fame?
Yeah, I mean, listen, to me, it's all about what you accomplished while you were there. So,
He hasn't won anything.
Well, look, hey, listen, if you ask me, you got to go by what you win. That's the only way you can get in there.
It's like everybody's you don't just get a trophy for participating.
You do in this day and age.
You got to get there. That's why I feel so good about Nick Foles. Get retired his numbers because he accomplished.
There you go. That's PJ's best pick of the day.
You know what I mean? That's where I stand with that. If you get the job done, then you should get in there.
All right, Mr. Negadelphia, you're still down in Florida. Is that correct?
That is correct. I'm flying up on the 10th.
All right, you got to come into the studio. What's Oh, you can't come up for the 8th. We're at La Scala's Beach House on December 8th.
I know. I'm gonna be. I actually was trying to move it earlier, but I got my aunt flying in, so I gotta be down here. All
right, what's the weather like down there in Florida, South Florida?
It's actually a little chilly today, man. It was like 50 degrees when I woke up, but it'll probably warm up to 70.
All right, PJ, as always, we appreciate you. Love your perspective on Philly sports, and we'll talk to you again next Saturday.
Sounds good, boys. Have a good weekend.
There he is, Mr. Negadelphia P.J. Corda, sponsored by the Galloway Pool Service. Not happy with your pool, people? Call Galloway Pool Service, 609-204-6939. They've been in business for over 30 years, covering all of South Jersey. Ask for Dragon. Tell them the boys from the locker room sent you. That's the Galloway Pool Service, 609-204-6939. All right, for over 83 years, the Circle Liquor Store has offered the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits in South Jersey. It's a stone's throw away from Ocean City. It's a landmark. With a friendly staff, it's no wonder why Circle Liquors was named Best of Philly, Best of Atlantic City, with the most competitive prices around. The Circle Liquor Store is now a proud sponsor of the second hour of the Locker Room with Billy Schwein. Throwing a party, preparing for the big game? Let Chet and his staff make sure you have everything you need. Check out the website at circleliquors.com or give them a call at 609-927-2921. They deliver. That's the Circle Liquor Store. Now, I want to tell everybody about McCann Appraisers. For all your real estate appraisal needs, call John A. McCann & Associates, 609-263-7422. Whether commercial or residential properties, for estate, tax, or financial planning, divorce, financing, and more, the professionals at John A. McCann & Associates are licensed and ready to assist you today. Give them a call right now, 609-263-7422. All right, when we return, we'll continue with more here in the locker room with Billy Schwein, my agent at the beach, Mark Grimes, and Nick Earnshaw right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Wake up weekday mornings from 6 to 10 a.m. with Unsportsmanlike on 97.3 ESPN with Evan Cohen, Super Bowl champion Chris Canty, and Michelle Small. Can't wake up without it. Brought to you by the Gallery Bar Booking Games at Ocean Casino Resort in Atlantic City.
Ocean City's real estate market is red hot, and you need an agent that has the knowledge and expertise to help. Contact Ocean City's top agent, Mark Grimes. Mark has been selling real estate for 30 years in South Jersey. He can answer all your real estate questions and find you the perfect property. He's available anytime on his cell at 609-425-2042. When Philadelphia star athletes are looking for a house at the beach, they contact Mark Grimes, specializing in buying and selling vacation homes, single-family homes, condominiums, and duplexes, residential and commercial, as well as new construction projects or investment opportunities. Mark Grimes, he's your agent at the beach. Give him a call right now, 609-425-2042, or check out his website at grimes.com. Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson and Sons for electrical, they're number one.
Hi, this is ex-Philadelphia Eagles tight end Ken Dunnick, and I'm the current publisher of Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine, and I'm asking you to become a Camden County police officer and help make our city a better place to live. The Camden County Police Department is now hiring for sworn officers who are going to make a difference in our community. The first year's salary for the position is $51,000. So join the effort today to be part of something bigger than yourself. Visit CamdenCountyPD.org to apply online. That's CamdenCountyPD.org. Thank you.
97.3 ESPN has teamed up with Seize the Deal for incredible weekly offers from some fantastic local restaurants. Here's this week's big deal.
Get a $50 gift card, good for use, at Bruno's Italian Market in Ventnor City for just $25.
This great deal is on sale now at seizethedeal.com. Hurry, chances are this deal will sell quickly. For more info on this great deal, go to seizethedeal.com.
Seize the deal.
Time to work on your gift list with Black Friday deals at the Home Depot. Right now, get a select tool from top brands like Ryobi and Milwaukee for free when you buy a select battery kit. Choose from reciprocating saws, multi-tools, sanders, and more. Whether you're stocking up on power for your personal workshop or grabbing the perfect gift for someone else's. Get Black Friday tool deals delivered from the Home Depot. Limit 1 per transaction. Exclusions apply. Full eligible tool list in-store and online.
Breaking news, and this one is almost unbelievable.
Yeah, it's all about new customers at Bet365 because they get $150 in bonus bets when they bet $5. And even better, bonus bets can be used on the spread, totals, and player props.
There you have it. Bet $5 to get $150 in bonus bets. and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in New Jersey. Terms and conditions apply.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live at the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schwein, my agent at the beach, Mark Grimes, Nick Earnshaw. And you know, Nick, every time I read this Toms River, I love my car.
I know you love your car.
Like, I don't think I've had a car. Like, I had Jeeps, I had Wranglers and stuff like that, but I don't know.
You've gotten so excited.
I'm not lying. This is coming from the heart, Nick.
I see you driving down the expressway, and I can see you're enjoying it. I see you're jamming out. You're listening to music down the expressway.
Hopefully with both hands on the steering wheel.
That I can't attest to.
Grimes, you don't even have to hold on.
You told me that. I'm a little scared.
I can't attest to that.
But it'll shock you. It'll hit the brakes real quick and wake you up if you fall asleep.
Okay.
Don't fall asleep, Billy.
Go up there and see Huey or John Kuhn. They're the guys, the salesmen that help me out. Now, if they can get me into a car, they get anybody into a car.
Anyone.
But Grimes, can you tell this is coming from the heart? I'm not just reading an ad here.
No, you love that car.
Just like you're my agent at the beach.
Yes.
Because you're my agent at the beach.
Yes, sir.
There's no one better than Mark Grimes.
No one better than Grimesy.
When you're ready for buy your mansion at the beach, Nick Earnshaw, you're going to call Mark Grimes.
I will. He'd be the first call.
All right, because he gets all the big listings. Like, you set a record for one of the records for you had one house.
One of the most expensive houses ever sold in Ocean City. Yeah,
he's being modest.
Yeah,
I don't like
agent at the beach.
I don't like to talk real fast.
But we got to pump you up, Grimes.
Thank you.
We appreciate you coming in today,
no,
man.
hey, listen. What guy doesn't like to come in and talk sports?
Talk sports on a Saturday morning. Well, I mean, 10 to 12. You talk sports.
Nothing better.
Nothing better talking.
Nothing could be finer than
There we
talking
go.
sports with the Schweier. I told you the Batman coined that. Chuck Betson.
I love it. God rest him.
Yeah, God rest him. All right. Let's get back to the Eagles, Nick.
Eagles.
Puka Nacua, Cooper Kupp. Now, Cooper Kupp's on my fantasy team.
He is. But I have Puka Nacua on one of my fantasy teams.
Joe Burrow's on a bye, so I have to put C.J. Stroud in there. Or it was he last week. So anyway, I kept Stroud in there. But my point is, Matthew Stafford is a Super Bowl winning quarterback. He's seen it all. I'm wondering, he's going up against our two rookies. Blankenship's a third-year guy, so he's relatively new.
Too.
Darius Slay's playing well.
Yep.
We're going to see what gives here. If the Eagles play to
their ability,
play to their abilities and play the way they've been playing. Now, this is probably the best team that they've played, group of receivers they've played so far this season.
Agreed.
Of course, if you check out my article, every Friday I write an article on 973ESPN.com. I said this duo of receivers is probably the best. But if this is a statement game, would you guys agree with that with the secondary, if they can shut these guys down? Or at least keep them in check?
Yeah, listen, it is a big game. This one has me a little worried. All the West Coast game had me worried because you got to think about travel time and what that does, 3-hour difference, what that does to their mindset.
Okay. Well, you look at the schedule, Rams, Ravens, Panthers, Steelers, and then Commanders. Because I'm not worried about the Cowboys or the Giants at the end of the season. And by the way, Nick, we said this last week. What do you think? So these last 7 games, what do you need to see out of the Eagles? What record?
Oh, I think with what's left,
5-2.
Absolutely.
Right, Nick?
Minimum.
We settled on that 5-2.
Yeah, I think 5-2.
You said 6-1, right? Or did you say 5-2 last week?
I don't know. Was that Danny? Was that Sunday?
Maybe that might have been Sunday.
I think that was Sunday.
The 2 games that scare me the most are the next 2. That's it.
That's it.
Yeah,
well,
Rams and the Ravens.
What about the Steelers?
No, the Steelers. No, listen, I'm telling you.
Did you see that game Thursday night in the snow? Wasn't that? I love snow.
I love
games.
snow
Don't you?
Listen,
Guys, you've been in the link when it snowed.
Yes.
Isn't there? There's nothing better than a snow game for the fans.
Phenomenal.
Isn't it the best?
Yep.
Remember when LaShawn McCoy went nuclear?
Yo, I told you the story
the
about
Lions.
Were you there for that game?
I was not at that game.
All right, ready for this?
Oh, I think I remember you telling this story.
Oh my God, I'm so mad. I will never forgive myself. So that
What
day,
a bad memory.
yeah, that day it was a dreary. It was like 34 degrees, and it was like sleet rain.
Yeah.
The wind was howling. There was no blizzard forecast.
No
okay?
indication for it. I
But
remember.
I'd rather go to the stadium and sit in a snowy atmosphere then a rainy, wet, wind
I agree
blowing.
with
Wind rips right through you, right, Grimesy?
The game I always remember was the Falcons game when we went to the Super
Oh
Bowl.
man, I was at that. I was at that game.
My-
That was phenomenal.
Your beard turned into a slushy. That's how
Guess
cold
what?
it was.
I was so fired up. I didn't even have my gloves on.
Yeah.
I was
wow.
whiskeyed up.
Wow.
But guess what?
Impressive.
How about that game though?
That was
It
unbelievable.
snowed that night.
Yep.
That was so. At least I got that game. But Nick, I gave my tickets away at the last minute because I didn't want to go to. I don't know. I didn't want to be wet. And then, and then it snowed. It turned into a blizzard.
Yes.
I will never forgive myself.
Yeah, that's a shame. That's a shame. You missed out on an iconic game there, Billy.
Yeah.
But last 7 games, you 1,000%. I think 5-2. But hey, could be 6-1.
All right, here's the difference. One of the main reasons that every Sunday or throughout the football season, we get the keys to the game with Fox 29 News sports anchor Scott Grayson, brought to you by Blitz's Markets. One of the keys that he always gives us to the games, and this is a no-brainer, is you got to win the turnover battle. And in the beginning of the season, up until I think game like 5 or 6, the Eagles were a minus. They started off at -7, then they got to -2. Now they're a +2.
After that bye week is when this team started turning everything around.
Agreed.
That's been the difference in this season. They figured it out after the bye week, and they have not looked back. And the defense has improved mightily because that was a concern going into the season. How are these young Bulldogs, right? The dogs from Georgia, how are they going to play together? Are they going to develop? And you have seen that. And then the secondary, with DeJean now getting more playing time, Quinyon Mitchell turning out to be a star, like Darrell Revis type numbers at this point. I mean, that's been a massive surprise. The young players have really stepped up because this is an inexperienced defense heading into the season, and now they're playing together and they're playing with confidence.
I think the biggest improvement is out of the Kobe Dean.
He's been awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, Jalen Carter was always Jalen Carter, and he showed you glimpses of greatness. He just needs to be more consistent. Well, there was a question mark about the Kobe Dean, Nick.
There was a question mark about the linebackers as a whole, and Zach Ball's been huge
Zach
too,
Ball,
coming from the Saints.
But I was just talking about Bulldogs.
Yeah, I'm just saying the linebackers in general. I mean, like the Kobe Dean, Zach Bond's been unreal. I mean, what a steal that was. I mean, he's getting paid no money on a 1-year deal. He's going to get paid this offseason, so I don't know if they'll be an Eagle.
Well, I hope
but
that Howie Roseman doesn't let TJ Edwards go.
But
they better not let Zach Bond. They better not let him go.
He's playing for something, and he looks fantastic. And you need those type of signings. You need those type of
1000%.
signings to step up, right? Like they need to shock you a little bit, and that's what Zach Bond has done. And the Kobe Dean stepped up as well. Just like
The linebacker position was probably the position that we were most fearful of this year. Now,
Hey, Grimesy, who's the one player? Who's the one player that has really impressed you, like you didn't expect it out of him? Because there's a I can name like 4, but who's the one player on defense?
I think the linebacker.
The linebacker.
1,000%. Yeah. Because Dijon and Quinton.
Quinyon Mitchell.
Their highlight films, and you said, "Wow, these guys."
Yeah,
can
but
be really
he played
good.
in Toledo.
Yeah, still though, but he was under recruited.
Yeah, and the only reason he stayed at Toledo was because of loyalty, right? Because nobody else wanted him.
And I will say, heading into this game, remember, the Eagles have won all 3 games in Los Angeles since the Rams moved back there. I mean, that's pretty good omen heading into this week.
On the other side, we're going to get our high school athletes in the spotlight, brought to you by the Philly Pretzel Factory of Egg Harbor Township. Of course, every Saturday throughout the school year, Fran McLaughlin, the owner of the Philly Pretzel Factory of Egg Harbor Township, will pick his male and female athletes of the week. Looking forward to that. All right, for over 83 years, the Circle Liquor Store has offered the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits in South Jersey. It's a stone's throw away from Ocean City. It's a landmark with a friendly staff. It's no wonder why Circle Liquors was named Best of Philly, Best of Atlantic City, with the most competitive prices around. The Circle Liquor Store is now a proud sponsor of the second hour of the Locker Room with Billy Schwein. Throwing a party, preparing for the big game? Let Chet and his staff make sure you have everything you need. Check out the website at circleliquors.com or give them a call at 609-927-2921. They deliver. Go down there and say hello to Will, Jason, Chet. They're great people. Now, I want to tell you about La Scala's Beach House. We love it at La Scala's. Well, we have 2 more dates that will be broadcasting live, December 8th, December 22nd. We've had a lot of fun there. It's a great place to watch the game. It's your home away from home for a large selection of Italian-American and seafood favorites, just like your grandmom used to make. Plus, you'll love their famous pizza, their daily specials, and their game day menu. Eat in or take out at La Scala's. They're open Wednesday through Sunday now, 1400 Ocean Avenue in Brigantine. That's LaScalasBeachHouse.com. Let's eat. All right, when we return, we'll talk with Fran McLaughlin. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein, Mark Grimes, and Nick Earnshaw right here on 97.3 ESPN.
This is South Jersey's official home for Philadelphia Eagles football. The Eagles continue the 2024 season on Sunday Night Football in L.A. against the Rams.
First, under center, to Barkley. Barkley across the 30, 25, 20, 15, 10. Good boy!
Pre-game coverage starts at 7 p.m. with Merrill Reese and Mike Quick calling all the action starting at 8:20. This is the play-by-play home of the Philadelphia Eagles. 97.3 ESPN, South Jersey's Eagles station.
Train presents The Unstoppables. Those captains of comfort, those gargantuans of the guarantee, those satisfaction savants who persevere perilously beyond probability as the raconteurs of reliability. Here's to Train's heralded heroes of heating and air conditioning, those comfort kings with a tireless tenacity for total turnaround. The Train Comfort Specialists. Just one more reason why it's hard to stop a train.
Hi, this is Joe Lenigan, owner of Lenigan Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Call us today for your free Train system quote at 609-399-1200 or online at ocnjplumber.com. And please don't forget to ask for the military and senior discount.
How would you like to win 2 tickets to the Eagles-Cowboys game on December 29th? PicksForGood.org is sending 2 fans, VIP, club level, Eagles-Cowboys, December 29th. Access to VIP, tailgate, food, and beverage included. PicksForGood.org for your chance to go see Eagles-Cowboys December 29th down at the link.
The holidays are here at the Home Depot. Shop the wide selection of trees in any shape, size, or style. Find your perfect tree at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
It's a new era of orange in Philadelphia, and you don't want to miss the Philadelphia Flyers hit the ice at Wells Fargo Center this season. Be here when the Flyers take on the New York Rangers on November 29th at 1 p.m. for Orange and Black Friday, presented by Ticketmaster. Get your tickets now, only at PhiladelphiaFlyers.com.
Let's face it, winter can be a hard season. It's cold pretty much all the time. Blizzard. You have to shovel. Another blizzard. You slip on ice. But you know what makes winter suck a little less? Getting a free phone. Join Cricket Nation and get a free Samsung Galaxy A15 5G. Ooh, ouch. Welcome to enjoying more. Welcome to Cricket Nation. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Cricket 5G is not available everywhere. Must open a new line on the $60 unlimited plan. First month service charge and tax due at sale. Fees, terms, and other restrictions apply. See cricketwireless.com for details.
Go to get your game on at the Gallery Bar Book and Games at Ocean Casino Resort. Cheers your favorite drinks while cheering on your favorite team. Get in on the parlay while in the middle of a party. Go for the sports scene and go for the endless screams. Go to the Gallery. Go to the Fanatic Sportsbook. Go for the win at Ocean Casino Resort. For more information, visit theoceanac.com. Must be 21 or older to wager or consume alcohol. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live at the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schwein, my agent at the beach, Mark Grimes, producer Nick Earnshaw. And there is a black spot on this sun today. The Sixers is a black spot in our sports conversation here.
No one called it a black spot. I mean, hey, they won last night, so.
They're 3-12.
One game at a time, Billy.
All right,
One game at a time.
You just got a text message from Stalk, right?
Yeah, Stalky said to say hello.
You know, I just told you how I met him.
Yeah.
It was funny. He's good friends with Jay Caulfield.
Yes. Crazy
He's also
story.
good friends with Talk.
Yep, Talkie, yep. Yeah, Stalk knows a lot of people.
He's the man. All right, high school sports, mainland. We'll talk about that game.
Huge.
High school sports is big down here.
Yep.
And I've been wanting to do this for a while. Grimes, you remember when you looked at Sports Illustrated and they had the faces in the crowd at the end of the magazine?
Mm-hmm.
Remember that?
Yeah.
So this is like a take off on that.
Yeah, I like it.
All right, now it's time for my players in the spotlight, high school players in the spotlight, brought to you by the Philly Pretzel Factory. Each week, of Egg Harbor Township. Each week, Fran McLaughlin, owner of the Philly Pretzel Factory of Egg Harbor Township, will highlight a male and female high school athlete for their outstanding achievement in high school sports. Brought to you by the Philly Pretzel Factory of Egg Harbor Township. Let's go to the Toms River Volkswagen Sports Hotline and welcome in the owner of the Philly Pretzel Factory. He's a big high school sports fan, Fran McLaughlin. Good morning, Fran.
Good morning, guys.
Hey, everybody. Yeah, man. Hey, listen, everybody's talking about that call last night in Mainland.
Spirit of Nick Sirianni is alive and well.
Hey,
how about the Stones on Mainland coach Chuck Smith last night? Trailing by 1, in the rain, on the road, he calls timeout, kicker off the field, tries to go for 2. 36-35, victory over the previously unbeaten Somerville squad. The Mustangs will advance to the Group 3 state final next week. We'll take on Old Tappan.
Hey, if they would have missed that if they would have missed the 2-point conversion, they would have lost.
It's over.
Yeah, I was going to say, well, I wonder what your thoughts are. You see this a lot in the NFL, and people, they question it when it doesn't work. I mean, obviously it worked last night. I love the call. I mean, he showed a lot of confidence in his players. You know, Franchini, who connected with Blum, we're playing pitch and catch all night as it was. It's raining. You know, you never know what's going to happen when you have to hold for an extra point, or you could have a fumble. You know, had a chance to go for it, and he did it. I love the decision. That guy can have a free pretzel on me any day and time.
Hey, Fran, when they called timeout and you decided to go for 1 or 2, do you think he confers with they just won a state champion last year. They say to the kids, hey, these guys are undefeated. Do you want to win it now, or do we go to overtime? Do you think that was a group decision or his decision?
Yeah, I actually read the story on AJ.com this morning, and I had some comments from Jake Blum, the receiver who caught the pass. He holds for the extra points too, and he kind of said to the reporter, "Yeah, he's going out there either way," but he thinks Coach really saw it in his eyes that go for it, and that's what he did, and it worked out.
Hey, good for them.
All right, big win for Mainland. Who's up next for them? Do you know yet? Or
Old Tappan.
Old Tappan.
Old Tappan. The date, time, and place should be determined this afternoon. They haven't come out with it yet. We do have another local team in action this afternoon. Holy Spirit. Traveling up north. Game was supposed to be last night, got postponed because of the weather. They'll take on DePaul. DePaul's won the last 3 meetings against these two teams. Holy Spirit seeking their 10th win in a row. The game's at 1 o'clock today. If you're not already on your way or can't make it, but you're a Holy Spirit fan, the link to that game is streaming live on NJ.com. They do a great job of covering high school sports. I get out to a lot of games, but they definitely have it covered A to Z, and you're able to watch that game through their link. If you're a subscriber, I think you can get a 1-day pass. So worth checking out. Holy Spirit's really been playing well. Again, going for their 10th in a row.
Now, this is the week before Thanksgiving. There are a few Thanksgiving games coming up of note, but it's not like it used to be.
No, definitely not. And again, we have the Holy Spirit AC game, and AC had a great season this year, so that should be a great game on Thanksgiving. But, it's definitely not what it used to be, that's for sure.
All right, now, Fran, it's time for your high school players in the spotlight for this is our 4th week already.
Yeah, so for the week ending November 17th, for the girls, we have Ocean City High School soccer standout, Naomi Enwe, who tallied her 32nd goal of the season as Ocean City defeated Cherry Hill West 3-2 on penalty kicks back on November 11th to advance to the South Jersey Group Final.
Nice.
A 4-year starter, Enwe is a big reason why the Cape Atlantic League champions continue to maintain a stranglehold on that league as they do. She finished her career with 86 goals, 9 points. She also plays basketball for Ocean City and apparently excels in the classroom as she's committed to go to Brown University next year. Then on the boys' side, we have Holy Spirit junior quarterback Ty Costaba. 2-year starter, the Southpaw completed 10 of 13 attempts for 226 yards and 3 touchdowns, and the Spartans come from behind 35-31 victory over St. Thomas Aquinas in the Group B non-public quarterfinal action last Friday. It was the 3rd game this season. Constable, who also plays baseball for Holy Spirit, has thrown for 3 TDs, and his 14 passing touchdowns this year raises his career mark to 35, and he's also closing in on 3,000 yards in his career as a passer. So congratulations to Naomi and Ty. As always, for their efforts, they will receive a $25 in gift cards from Philly Pretzel Factory
Nice.
and a free pretzel coupon for each one of their teammates and coaches.
Oh, that's outstanding, Fran.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. Now, Fran, you sent me a text message. He's got Philly pretzels shaped in like a turkey. What do you got going on for the peeps for Thanksgiving? Talk to us about what you're doing down there at Philly Pretzel Factory of Egg Harbor Township.
Yeah, well, if you're like me, you invite to Thanksgiving and you don't know what to bring, you can be the hero by bringing this thing. It's a cartoon look-alike turkey.
It's great.
It's about 10 pretzels worth. Comes with 2 gifts. Goes for $25. Available on Thanksgiving morning. They need to be pre-ordered by Tuesday. I'll even throw out a special deal for your locker room listeners.
Nice.
They mention a locker room, or they can check it out even on our Facebook page, Philly Pretzel Factory EHT. There's a picture of that I sent to you. If they order before Tuesday, we'll take $5 off. So
Nice.
Nice little turkey pretzel. You'll be the hero of your family gathering and, get a little discount on it. But they do need to be pre-ordered by Tuesday and picked up between 7 and 11 on Thanksgiving morning.
What's the phone number down there?
It's 609-646-0012.
And do you have a website?
I don't want to take a lot of credit for Mainland and Holy Spirit success this year, but out of all the schools we cover, 2 teams that buy pretzels for post-game
celebrations.
Eats. Yeah, well, eats for their team. Mainland gets minis for snack bag after the game, and Coach Yale buys pretzels for the team for after the games. And they're the last 2 teams standing. So, coincidence or not?
All right. Well, listen.
Winning success.
Happy Thanksgiving to you. We'll talk to you next Saturday.
Sounds good, guys. Take care. Happy Thanksgiving to you.
All right. Thank you so much, Fran. Great job, and we'll talk to you next Saturday. There he is. Fran McLaughlin on the Toms River Volkswagen Sports Hotline. Our high school players in the spotlight is sponsored by Philly Pretzel Factory of Egg Harbor Township. Each week, Fran McLaughlin, owner of the Philly Pretzel Factory of Egg Harbor Township, will highlight a male and female high school athlete for their outstanding achievement in high school sports. Once again, it's brought to you by the Philly Pretzel Factory of Egg Harbor Township. That's great. I love it.
There is nothing better than a Philly hot pretzel.
Plus, wait, how about these kids get the recognition? They get gift cards for their whole teammates.
That's great.
Gotta get that turkey-shaped pretzel,
He sent me a
too.
picture. I mean, I gotta go stop by. I think
We'll stop by
and get
after.
one.
We'll stop by after.
All right. Flyers today, 1:00.
Yeah, on Rock 104.1, by the way.
Rock
104.1. Yep, that'll be on.
Any chance we have the audio from that DeJean thing? No, it's hard to find. It's my fault, Nick. I should have.
It's all good. It's all good.
No, it's my fault because I should have copied it. It was hysterical.
I'll look for it. See if we
it's-
can get it before the end of the show.
It sounds like CJ DJ.
Yeah.
But it's cleaned up. It's like
Right.
the words are it's from Billie Jean's "Not My Lover."
Right.
Cooper DeJean is #1 CB1.
He's been so good, man.
Yeah, he's been great.
I mean, him and Quinyon Mitchell back there, it's lockdown.
Unbelievable.
It's lockdown in that secondary.
Hey, two sporting things I just came across, yesterday, which one's great, is St. Joe's girls field hockey college beat UNC.
Oh, they end up beating them.
Yeah,
I didn't see that.
I mean, Roy, if you're listening, Roy Heck out there, his daughter, one of the best players in the country.
Get out.
#1 player, yes. And they lost yesterday to St. Joe's.
St. Joe's.
Which is unbelievable.
Yeah.
So St. Joe's going to play for the national championship.
Is that right?
Yes.
Congratulations to the St. Joe's girls.
And then last thing, LSU. How would you like to be them losing the #1 ranked quarterback in the nation? Someone gave Michigan, paid them $10 million.
What?
$10 million NIL money to come to Michigan. The kid switched his allegiance, is now going to Michigan.
What Nussen? What's his name?
Portnoy's all over it.
What's his
I
name?
don't have it in front of me.
What's his name? Nussen? The
Yeah,
quarterback from LSU.
Yeah, well, no, he don't even play yet. He's in high school.
Oh.
He committed to LSU.
Oh, get out, really?
And now just switched to Michigan.
There you go, NIL.
$10 million. I think that would switch me as well, real quick.
I know it switched you, Grimes. Let's get real quick the Flyers. During the week, and I don't see how you. This is just a sports question in general, but Tortorella was actually going after Lawton for making a couple of mistakes. Nick, were you like he called out a player? That's not like a lot of times you do that. You're going to get the players to turn on you.
I mean, this is kind of what Tortorella's done, right?
He
he steps
exposed-
into these
He
situations.
was. Did you see his body, facial expression, his body?
Yeah.
Like, he was pissed.
Yeah.
And after the game, at the after game press conference, Tortorella exposed Loudon.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know. I don't know how you get on. I mean, you're benching your top guys. You're calling them out.
But guess what, Grimesy? He benched
Michkov.
and it worked. It worked
Hey.
because he came back on fire. He scored a couple goals.
It's great. I just need the guy to play. Just keep him playing. We don't need to bench him. He's a great player. Fire him up. I don't. Torts does some questionable things sometimes.
Travis
And,
Konecki.
that's why he's been kind of.
But I
talked about.
I
him.
know, but I like. Guess what? You know who else likes Tortorella? Craig Berube. Said he's a good coach. Chief.
Yeah, I like Tortorella, but sometimes he steps into these situations where it's like it's dicey.
It was dicey.
It's dicey.
Listen, Travis Konecki's having a heck of a year. 20 games played, 11 goals, 12 assists. He's 23 points, but he's a -5. Matvei Michkov, 18 games, 6 goals, 9 assists, 15 points, -3. Tippett hasn't caught on fire yet.
No.
He got 4 goals.
No, he hasn't caught like he has in the past.
Couturier, not, but he does other things. He's been getting in front of the net,
Right.
providing a screen. You can't look. One thing you have to do in ice hockey, you got to screen the goalie. The goalie can't stop what he can't see.
Right.
Right.
Right. I'm not disagreeing with you there. I'll disagree with you with the Sixers. I'm not going to disagree with you there.
He knows his hockey.
I just saw a tweet from Mike Gill about today's lineup, college football lineup. Let me try to find that.
Yeah, it's a good one today.
It's a good college football
Hey,
lineup.
I'm going to be watching Arizona State at 3:30. That's for sure.
All right, ready for this? Let's see if I can find it.
Yeah, USC,
All right, here-
UCLA.
Ready for this?
Okay.
This is on 97.3 ESPN
Yes.
today.
Okay.
Indy, Ohio State.
That's a big one.
It's a big one.
That's at Ohio State?
Yeah.
I believe so.
Yeah, I think so.
I believe it's at Ohio
That's a
State.
big game.
I'll double check.
Notre Dame Army at 7 o'clock.
Yep.
USC, UCLA. Now, guess what? Growing up, Grimesy,
yes,
you always, that was a game you remember. It was like it would be raining or snowing here. It'd be freezing cold. You turn on the TV, you see USC, UCLA, and a bright sunshine. You see the Gabriel Mountains in the background.
Yeah.
I went to that game.
Wow.
It brought me to tears. I walked into
choked up.
I got choked up. I walked into the Coliseum, and there was UCLA in their powder blues, and USC with their white jerseys and their gold pants with those. That's
a spectacle.
It was great, Grimes.
Hey, I come from Pac-12 schools.
You're a Pac-12 guy.
I've been to both stadiums. It's unbelievable.
Isn't it unbelievable?
It's beautiful.
I mean, even the Rose Bowl, there's so much history. It's such a beautiful, beautiful setting.
Yes.
Not the stadium itself is kind of older.
Yep.
But just the history of you think about the games that have been played in that stadium. Here I walk through there. I'm telling you, you
Tearing
got to
up?
put
Were you choked up or were you crying?
I was choked up. I had a tear coming down. Listen, Nikki, you love sports. You got to put that on your bucket list.
Of course, it's on my bucket list.
What's
I've been trying to get to more state. This past year, I've gone to a lot of stadiums.
You need to ask the Schweiner for a buddy pass.
I do need a buddy pass. I've been in New Orleans this year. I went to the Garden for the first time and Camden Yards.
You went to the Garden for the first time.
Yeah, this year I've gone out of my comfort zone.
Grimesy, you've been to a lot. You've been to both Super Bowls, right?
Yeah, I've been all 5.
You've been to 5 Super Bowls?
Oh, yeah.
Who did you say? Who'd you say?
Oh my God, you put me on the spot. I've been to 3
Go
Eagles.
way back.
3
Well,
Eagles.
you've been to all 3 Eagles.
Yep. And that was at the one in New York. That was Denver
and
versus
Seattle.
which was a
Okay.
blowout.
I was at Pasadena. I was at the Rose Bowl for the Giants versus the Broncos.
Right.
That
I was
was
at
great.
Bears versus Colts in Miami.
Okay,
That's a good one.
All right, that rained, right?
I lost my phone. I lost my phone at that game. I swear on my life, my phone was in my pocket.
No.
You know, Purple Rain sang at halftime. It was Purple Rain. It was literally Purple Rain. They turned all the lights purple. It was the most.
It was pouring that.
Oh
day.
my! It was pouring, and it was purple lights. It was like the song. It was wild.
One thing about real quick before we go to break. One thing about the when you walk into the Super Bowl, all the flashlights, the cameras taking exposed. That's great. All right. For over 83 years, the Circle Liquor Store has offered the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits in South Jersey. It's a stone's throw away from Ocean City. It's a landmark. With a friendly staff, it's no wonder why Circle Liquors was named Best of Philly, Best of Atlantic City, with the most competitive prices around. The Circle Liquor Store is now a proud sponsor of the second hour of the Locker Room with Billy Schwein. Throwing a party, preparing for the big game? Let Chet and his staff make sure you have everything you need. Check out their website at circleliquors.com or give them a call at 609-927-2921. They deliver. Ask for, go down and say hello to Jason and Bill and Will. They do a great job, Chet. All right. Just about everybody in our area has heard about the Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine that's run by ex-Philadelphia tight end Ken Dunnick. But were you aware of the private business network they call the Legacy Club? Every month, they hold private events at upscale locations in Philadelphia and South Jersey that attract over 200 top business people. If you have an interest in attending one of these events and see it's fit for your business, send an email to ken@jerseymanmagazine.com or give a call at 856-912-4007 for more information. When we return, we'll wrap it up. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Football Saturday, ESPN Radio, fifth-ranked Indiana, 10-0 for the first time ever, headed to their biggest game in program history against second-ranked Ohio State. We're looking to secure a spot in the Big Ten title game. Football playoff. Number 5 Indiana at number 2 Ohio State with kickoff at noon Eastern.
It's College Football Saturday on 97.3 ESPN. Coverage begins at noon.
Go for it.
Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson & Sons for electrical. They're number 1.
Every year, hundreds of children suffer from unintentional injuries or death due to unsecured guns. Camden County and Moms Demand Action South Jersey are asking for your help to reduce gun violence by spreading the Be Smart message.
Store guns unloaded, locked, and separate from ammunition. And talk to other parents about secure gun storage.
It's up to us to prevent these tragedies and save lives. Visit CamdenCounty.com/BeSmart to learn how we can stop gun accidents and deaths together.
With GMF financing, qualified buyers excludes Traverse and Corvette excludes prior sales.
Why wait for Black Friday when the biggest Black Friday sale is going on now all month long at Bennett Chevrolet, where you can save up to 20% and more on your new vehicle? Because Bennett is selling new vehicles at $1,000 below, yes, $1,000 below the real GM supplier employee price. Plus, you keep all the rebates, saving you up to 20%. But of course, there's more with available 0% financing. Looking for used? Bennett's giving a minimum $10,000, a minimum 10 grand for your trade, no matter its condition, towards any pre-owned in stock. Imagine what you'll get for a good trade if Bennett's paying a minimum 10 grand for total junk. Bennett's deals are unbeatable during our Black Friday sales event, and there's never any hassles or sales pressure because our non-commissioned sales staff is paid on your satisfaction, not how much you spend. The best Black Friday sales going on now at Bennett Chevy, Egg Harbor Township, and BennettChevy.com. Together, let's drive.
The holidays are here at the Home Depot, so let's get to decorating. Find your perfect tree in our huge assortment of shapes, sizes, and styles. Like the easy-to-assemble Jackson Noble Fir, with pre-lit branches perfect for styling with all your favorite ornaments. Or the Flock Starry Light Fraser Fir, with over 1,900 pre-lit memory wire branches that keep their shape so it's ready right out of the box. Ooh. Find the perfect tree now at the Home Depot.
Go to get your game on at the Gallery Bar Book and Games at Ocean Casino Resort. Cheers your favorite drinks while cheering on your favorite team. Get in on the parlay while in the middle of a party. Go for the sports scene and go for the endless screens. Go to the Gallery. Go to the Fanatics Sportsbook. Go for the win at Ocean Casino Resort. For more information, visit theoceanac.com. Must be 21 or older to wager or consume alcohol. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live at the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield.
That was Jared McCain singing on the way back.
So he loves the attention, man.
Hey, he's big on TikTok, huge on TikTok.
All right, Grimesy, Sunday Night Football.
Yes.
You're not going to be with us tomorrow.
Nope.
but we're going to get your prediction today.
Yes.
You always do. Usually you're on the way to the game. You send me a text with your prediction. So we got to get you.
I'll be watching this from the confines of my home. You ready? I'm going to give it a high-scoring game. I'm going to say, I'm going to keep it close. 28-27 Eagles.
Wow. 28-27.
That's a nail biter.
You think the Eagles give up 27 points?
On this one, yes, only because of the receivers they have. Yes. Yeah, even though we've been holding teams to under 20, I get that. I'm going to give them an extra touchdown because of.
All right, Nicky Earnshaw, you're not going to be with me tomorrow either, so you might as well give your prediction.
I will give my prediction. I think the Eagles win 31-20.
31-20.
Yeah.
Wow, 31-20. Look, both you guys have them winning, so I'm happy with that. The Eagles' defense, you know what they give up per game?
Lay it on us, Billy.
I'll say 20.
17.9 points a game.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah.
But this is the big, by far, the best receiver duo, best quarterback they've played. Wouldn't you say?
1,000%. Yes.
Stafford,
they played Burrow. I mean, let's not
forget.
Yeah,
that's true.
That's a good point, by the way.
And the Washington and Jaden Daniels.
Higgins was out of that game, right? Higgins,
but Jamar Chase was shut down by
True. But
if
Higgins is there, it opens up Jamar Chase.
And then on Thursday night, Terry McLaurin was shut down.
Yeah. No, I agree. Listen,
but the Washington quarterback, he's banged up a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's why, but I think they just play great defense.
The Eagles are good right now. I mean, they're playing great.
Do you think the Eagles are going to surrender 27 points?
Well, listen. Only because of those two receivers. I think they're the two top receivers besides Jamar Chase and Higgins.
And by the way, no Devontae Smith?
Nope,
no,
he's out.
He's out.
Yep. That's why I give it
a little closer.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Wow. Well, Dotson's got to step up.
1,000%.
I don't think it's going to be a Dotson game. I think A.J. Brown needs to have a big game. I need Dallas Goedert to have a big game, not necessarily Dotson.
Hey,
Dotson needs to get some catches.
Real quick, what do you guys think about Hurts taking all the snaps right on the goal line instead of Saquon going in on first?
I think the more they make Jalen Hurts run, the more opportunity he has to get hurt. Right. I think it's nonsense.
Yep.
Don't have design plays for him to run. Let him just improvise, scramble out of stuff.
Push.
No, we don't need to do that anymore. You got Saquon Barkley.
Why? Then you're saving miles on Barkley for the end of the season.
You don't need your quarterback getting hit. Wow. It's over.
The fastest 2 hours in radio.
It's over.
Hey, I just want to wish everybody happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Bronzy, man. Thanks for coming in, brother.
I appreciate it. Love
having you in here.
Nick.
Yeah.
My agent at the beach,
Thank you.
Mark Grimes.
When you guys are ready to spend $10 million, you let me know.
Hey, I want to thank Nicky Earnshaw, as always, producer extraordinaire.
Appreciate it. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody as well.
Thanks to Daniel Head, the podcaster, As for Football, Army podcaster. I want to thank Fran McLaughlin, and, of course, Mr. Negadelphia P.J. Corda. Tomorrow, we'll have your Eagles pregame show. We'll have Danny Ryan and the intern Andrew Leeds with me, the youth movement. And then Scott Grayson and, of course, Brian Hartley, the guru. Thanks for making the locker room part of your Saturday, because nothing could be finer than talking sports with the Schweiner. I'll see you tomorrow right here on 97.3 ESPN.